o'clock and time for the Big Band Show here on KPCS. My name is Dale Mondre, and for the next hour, we'll be traveling down Nostalgia Lane, visiting some of the great entertainers of the past. So keep your dial set at 89.3 FM. That's KPCS in Pasadena. From the 1940 motion picture Spring Parade, this is Deanna Durbin singing When April Sings.
The countryside is green again, the world is 17 again, my heart awakes when April sings. The skies above are blue again, the daffodils are new again, these are the joys that April brings. Songbirds are whispering down by the stream, telling our weary world wake up and dream. For earth is new again, and one are two again. My heart awakes when April sings. Spring is here, not a mere January thaw, but a little robin I saw told me it was so, and so I know. Spring is here, summer's near, how can I tell? I know every sign of spring so very well. The countryside is green again, the world is 17 again, my heart awakes when April sings. The skies above are blue again, the daffodils are new again, these are the joys that April brings. Songbirds are whispering down by the stream, telling our weary world wake up and dream. For love is new again, and one are two again. My heart awakes when April sings.
Graham, my uncle bought a new second-handed car, you know.
What kind is it, Keith?
Well, I don't know. He calls it baby.
Why is that?
I don't know. It won't go any place without a rattle. I don't know. I hate automobiles, Graham.
Oh, you...
I do. They make people silly, I think.
They do?
I think so.
How's that?
My aunt was out driving Sunday. A policeman hollered at her, and he said, "Say!" He said, "Don't you pay any attention to those red and green lights?"
Yeah? What happened?
My aunt said, "I saw them, but I thought the streets were still decorated from Christmas."
Keith, I have a tip I'd like to pass along to all motorists tonight.
What's that?
Fire Chief was made for instant pickup.
Yeah.
Thrilling speed and
Yeah,
power.
yeah.
That's the kind of action fire engines, emergency vehicles
Yeah.
of all types must have.
Think of that, Graham. Oh, I don't say that gasoline isn't powerful.
Yes, it is.
Quite the contrary.
Uh-oh.
Quite the contrary, Graham. I know that's powerful gasoline.
Sure is.
Well, I'll show you how powerful it is. This is so silly, I don't even want to say it.
Well, tell me about it. Go on.
Well, the Texas company gave me a present last Saturday of $200.
They did?
Yes, they must have soaked the 200 in fire cheap gasoline. Because I never saw anything go so fast in all my life.
Fire Chief gasoline.
What?
I'll write you a letter about it.
You'll get the tickets for mentioning fire cheap gasoline on this program.
Yeah?
You should mention our product, whatever it is. I don't know.
Fire Chief gasoline.
Do you mean to say that that's what we're selling?
Get back to work, will you?
Fire cheap gasoline?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've noticed. I've been here 3 years. Isn't this a chewing gum program?
You can't shoot
Well, I've got nothing against the gasoline. I honestly haven't.
That's good.
But personally, I'll stick to my horse.
Oh, that's
My aunt loves horses, Graham.
She does?
Oh, she loves horse racing. She goes with me to all the races.
Is that so?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Last week she went to the doctor. She didn't feel well, you know.
Uh-huh.
The doctor examined her. He says, "You're all right, madam."
Yeah.
But there's something wrong with your system.
That worry your aunt?
My aunt said, "You're nuts. My system's all right. I picked 3 winners yesterday."
Gee, listen, will you be quiet? We've got a lot of letters here, and we have to get through them. Let's start, huh?
yes.
All right. Here's one from Palm Springs, California.
Palm Springs.
Yeah. Dear Fire Chief, you claim to know everything. Answer this one. Who was the first person to do a jigsaw puzzle? Signed, A Piece Missing.
See, you're not all there. The first person to do a jigsaw puzzle was the Scotsman who tore up a $10 bill by mistake.
Here's one from Dallas, Texas.
Where?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas.
Yeah. Dear Fire Chief, who was the greatest gangster of all time? Signed, forgot what to say.
Gangster. Dear, I'll be very careful. The greatest gangster of all time was Atlas. He held up the whole world, that guy. Go on.
Here's one from Tucson.
Yes,
Here's one from Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, I've been there, Graham.
Dear Fire Chief,
Oh.
last night while I was sleeping, my wife shaved off my mustache. What do you think of that? Signed, Mortified.
Oh, my. Dear Mortified, it's the condition that exists in all over the world right now. The mere fact that your mustache was shaved off while you were sleeping proves that nobody can tell what's going on right under their own noses.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're a very, very lovely audience. I'd like to try and sing for you a song made famous by Miss Fanny Bryce. It's titled "My Man." Thank you. It costs me a lot, but there's one thing that I've got. It's my man. It's my man. Cold or wet, hide your bet. All of this I'll soon forget with my man. He's not much on looks, he's no hero out of books, but I love him. Yes, I love him. 2 or 3 girls has he that he likes as well as me. But I love him. I don't know why I should. He isn't true. He beats me too. What can I do? Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never know. All my life is just despair. But I don't care when he takes me in his arms. The world is bright, all right. What's the difference if I say I'll go away when I know I'll come back on? Not near someday. For whatever my man is, I'm his forever.
recorded live. That was Billie Holiday doing My Man. Before that, we heard Ed Wynn from his old radio show. And we started off with Deanna Durbin, When April Sings.
The need of our time is for everyone to develop more of their full potential, so that all aspects of life are more rewarding. Transcendental meditation is a simple, natural technique which fulfills this need. Transcendental meditation unfolds three qualities of life which are essential for balanced growth: adaptability, stability, and integration. These qualities naturally develop through a deep state of relaxation that increases the orderly functioning of body and mind. This progressive unification results in greater accomplishment and enjoyment of life. The International Meditation Society is now offering courses in transcendental meditation throughout the greater Los Angeles area. For further information, call 449-4224.
From 1950, recorded live on the Bing Crosby radio show, this is Judy Garland.
You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me want you. And all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. You made me happy sometimes. You made me glad. But there were times, dear, you made me feel so bad. You made me cry 'cause I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I think you're grand. That's true. Yes, I do. Deed, I do. You know I do. I can't tell you what I'm feeling. The very mention of your name sends my heart reeling. You know you made me love you. Oh, you made me cry 'cause I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I need some love. That's true. Yes, I do. Deed, I do. You know I do. Give me, give me, give me what I cry for. You know you've got a brand of kisses that I'd die for. You know you made me love you.
Oh, when I love, there's no two ways about it. Yes, when I love, I cannot live without it. And when I fall, and you should never doubt it. If my lips say no to you, they're only telling lies. Look at me and you will see a sissy in my eyes. Pum, 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 pum. That's how my heart goes when I am pleased. I'm so excited. Pum, 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 pum. You have oomph and oof, I can resist when I meet a man and he's nice looking. I smile at him and say, hey, what's cooking? And when he holds me tight and puts a cheek to mine, I feel so terrific, so colossal, so divine. I feel like Mickey Mouse is running up and down my spine. Pum, chum, pum, 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 pum. I'm completely overcome. Pum, chum, pum. When I love, I love.
Ho, 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 ho.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
You fall for me.
I fall for you. When I love, I love. It is no imitation. And when I kiss with such anticipation. And when I thrill. But I need cooperation. If I say stop, please go away. And I am acting cool. If you stop and go away, you are just a fool. Pum, chidum, pum, 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 pum. Pum, chidum, pum, 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 pum. Something in me sing when I'm caressed. Mama, you'll get a bum, chidum, pum, 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 pum. Pum, chidum, pum, 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 pum. When I give, I always give my best. When I meet a man and he's nice looking, I smile at him and say, hey, what's cooking? And when he holds me tight and puts a cheek to mine, I feel so terrific, so colossal, so divine. I feel like Mickey Mouse is running up and down my spine. Bum, chidum, pum, 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 pum. Bum, chidum, pum, 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 pum. Bum, chidum, pum, when I love.
Bum, chi, bum, bum, when she loves.
When I dream, I dream. When I thrill, I thrill. When I kiss, and I fall, And when I love, I love.
Carmen Miranda, When I Love, I Love. Before that, we heard Benny Goodman from 1938 with Don't Be That Way. And we started with Judy Garland, You Made Me Love You. We'll be back with Old Time Radio after this.
Why are some men spry at 80 and others inactive at 18?
To be young is to be young in spirit. Youth is an outlook, not a stage. To be young is to face life, not to fear it. Youth is a feeling, not an age.
The American Chiropractic Association reminds you that chronological age is not a reliable indicator of abilities. Health is. Take care of yours.
Youth is a feeling, not an age.
And now from KPCS, my name is Dale Mondre, and this is Old Time Radio.
When my baby smiles at me, what a familiar, tuneful radio signature. And need I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this melody heralds the approach to the microphone of that lovable, high-hatted tragedian of song, Ted Lewis. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Is everybody happy?
It's the Woody Herman Show. Music and fun by America's band #1. Brought to you by the makers of Wild Rose Cream Oil for the hair.
Yeah. Just mention the word charity to most Americans. They'll dig right down in their pockets to contribute. But you know, sometimes it doesn't do any harm to find out just where your money is going.
It's Scattergood Baines versus Sweet Charity.
Can a stepmother successfully raise another woman's children?
Colgate All-Purpose Tooth Powder presents the real-life story of Kay Fairchild, a stepmother who tries.
Crime does not pay.
$500,000? Rocky, you gone crazy?
I said 500,000 smackers. You got that?
500,000 smackers for a little brain work, and maybe a few rounds of ammo for Chopper's typewriter.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay.
From the pen of Raymond Chandler, outstanding author of mystery, comes his most famous character and crime's most deadly enemy, as we present The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. Murder at midnight.
Midnight, when the graves gape open and death strikes. How? You'll learn the answer in just a moment in The Man with the Black Beard.
What time is it? Why, it's time for the Abbott and Costello Show. We're on the air for ABC here in Hollywood. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go with the Abbott and Costello Show.
When a girl marries. Maxwell House, that right, mellow, satisfying coffee that's good to the last drop, presents When a Girl Marries. A tender human story of young married life, dedicated to everyone who has ever been in love.
The Road of Life, brought to you transcribed by Ivory Soap.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve.
The Red Skelton Program. Here's the Dave Rose Orchestra, Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, Lorene Tuttle, Pat McGeehan, Rod O'Connor, and our star, Red Skelton.
Here's Truman Harper, the rumor detective, with the truth about rumors. Presented by Grove's Bromoquinine Cold Tablets.
Good evening. If you believe rumors, you're a sucker. If you repeat rumors, you're one of Hitler's best soldiers. Learn the truth about rumors. The truth is a bayonet. With it, you can jab and slice a rumor to ribbons.
Nabisco, Nabisco is the name to know. For a breakfast you can't beat. Try Nabisco shredded wheat. Keen eyes fixed on a flying target. A gleaming arrow set against a rawhide string. A strong bow bent almost to the breaking point. And then... Great arrow! Nabisco Shredded Wheat presents Straight Arrow, a new, thrilling adventure story from the exciting days of the Old West. To friends and neighbors alike, Steve Adams appeared to be nothing more than the young owner of the Broken Bow cattle spread. But when danger threatened innocent people, and when evildoers plotted against justice, then Steve Adams' rancher disappeared. And in his place came a mysterious, stalwart Indian, wearing the dress and war paint of a Comanche, riding the great golden Palomino Fury. Galloping out of the darkness to take up the cause of law and order throughout the West comes the legendary figure of Straight Arrow.
You're listening to KPCS 89.3 FM in Pasadena.
He's home for a little while. He's mine once again. No need to tell, but it feels simply swell with him close to me, where he's supposed to be. He's home for a little while. I live for his kiss. I hit the skies when he looks in my eyes, and my knees grow weak with bliss. He's sort of changed. He's kind of different from the boy I used to know a while ago. Strange how much he says without a word, and when he holds my hand, I understand. I'm his, but forevermore. He's mine, mine alone. We'll have to part, but he's close to my heart for the little while. He's home. He's sort of changed. He's kind of different from the boy I used to know a while ago. Strange how much he says without a word, and when he holds my hand, I understand. I'm his, but forevermore. He's mine, mine alone. We'll have to part, but he's close to my heart for the little while. He's
From 1945, He's Home for a Little While. And of course, the fantastic Janis Joplin from 1968, Bye Bye Baby. And we started with Liza Morrow and Benny Goodman from 1945, My Guys Come Back.
I'm John Warner, Administrator of the new Bicentennial Administration established by the Congress of the United States. The Bicentennial is the 200th anniversary of the founding of our great nation. The Bicentennial honors the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. Those three great instruments that are the blueprint for the longest surviving democratic republic in the world. More than that, the Bicentennial is the laying of the cornerstone for the nation's third century. We Americans face a challenge as fresh, as daring as that of the spirit of 1776. Unite in a common effort to improve the quality of life. I urge you join in the continuing American Revolution. Make sure your name is inscribed on that cornerstone as a participant.
Tommy Dorsey from 1937.
Good morning, Freddie, darling.
Good morning to Lou Angel.
Sweetheart, I must say you look refreshingly well rested this morning.
Yes, thanks to our wonderful Pasternak factory-tested Pussy Willow mattress. The mattress that takes all of the guesswork out of sleeping. Well, breakfast ready, Angel Face?
Yes, sweetums. Here's your coffee.
Well, thank you, doll.
Oh, peach fuzz. You've spilled some on your vest.
Good. Now I can try some of that Little Panther spot remover. Just spray some Little Panther on your vest and watch it eat the spot right out.
And imagine, darling...
Stop! Don't you dare move, Philou.
But, darling...
What have you done to your hair? That sheen, that brilliance.
Well, I guess it's what so many society women are doing these days. I went to Madame Yvonne's hair do heaven.
Well, it is divine. Your head looks like the back of a bunny, really. Oh, our canary.
Little Yasha is so happy.
He knows that the newspaper on the bottom of his cage is New York's leading daily.
Oh, good morning, Mums and Daddy.
Oh.
Isn't she cute? I just love the way your tooth is shining this morning.
Yes, Mummy. I brushed it with Dr. Pratt's homogenized toothpaste.
So sweet.
I love you, Mummy and Daddy.
I love you too, darling. Now you run along to school, baby. Well, that's little Yasha telling us our time is up.
We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6, folks. Until then, this is Freddie.
And Tallulah.
Saying goodbye. Now, wasn't that simple, Tallulah, with a radio program like this?
But it's ridiculous, Fred. Nobody can possibly be that cheerful every morning.
Well, that's true. If one of those happy couples woke up grouchy one morning, the listener would probably hear something like this.
Hey, knucklehead, get out of that bed. You got a program to do.
Will you quit yapping? 6 o'clock in the morning. Who's up to listen to us? A couple of burglars and Arthur Godfrey, maybe. My mouth tastes like a sandhog just pulled his foot out of it. Dad, I'm sleepy.
Well, why don't you stay home some night and try sleeping?
Sleeping on that Pasternak pussy willow mattress? Every time I lie down on that cat hair, my back arches.
Oh, stop beefing. Here's your coffee.
Well, it's about time. I spilled some on my nightshirt.
Oh, you're such a slob. I'll get that bottle. That little bottle of Panther spot remover.
You're not putting any of that Adam juice on me. The last time it ate away my nightshirt and I still had the spot left. Where do you find these sponsors? In the police lineup? Your hair. It looks as though you just took your head out of a mixmaster.
I know that hag, Madame Yvonne, with her chicken fat. My hair keeps sliding off my head.
That bird again. Shut up, you molting pest.
Now, look here, clam
Oh,
face.
shut up. And Yasha, you shut up, too.
Good morning, Mummy and Daddy.
That'll teach you, sneaking up on your parents with that one tooth like an old elf.
Can the kid help it if she looks like you?
I want my breakfast.
Go gum a donut.
Pipe down, Tom.
And I've had enough of this grind with you and that kid and the canary yapping around. I've got a gun here.
You're right, you kid, Yasha.
Yes, and you're next.
Alone, alone with the sky of romance above. Alone, alone on a night that was meant for love. There must be someone waiting who feels the way I do. Wherever you are you alone? Alone on a night that we two could share. Alone with your kiss that would make me care. And when you come, I promise to be your very own. Alone till we are together, we two alone. A million stars are shining bright that glorify the sky. A million lovers out tonight, but here am I. it was meant for love, there must be someone waiting who feels the way I do. Wherever you are you alone? Alone on a night that we two could share. Alone, alone with your kiss that could make me care. And when you come, I promise to be your very own. Alone, till we are together, we two.
That was Alan Jones from the motion picture A Night at the Opera, also starring the Marx Brothers. That was Alone. Before that, we heard Fred Allen and Tallulah Bankhead from the old Allen's Alley of radio fame. And we started with Tommy Dorsey from 1937. That was Song of India. We'll be back with our final selections after this.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you stuck?
I sure am.
You want me to take a look at it? Maybe I can do something.
Oh, I wish you would. That'd be terrific. I don't know anything about cars.
What happens? Nothing at all? You get nothing?
They won't turn over.
Yeah, that may just be your distributor is wet.
What's a distributor?
That's a distributor.
Oh.
That's the carburetor. That's the engine. That's the body. Let me try. Do you have anything I can dry it off with?
Yeah, I think I've got something in here. Here, how's this?
A sock.
Yeah, I was going to go do my laundry.
Well, I don't know. That might do it. Try it.
Okay.
There's a couple other things we can try if it won't work.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
If you'd like to learn something that can help you wherever you
So
go,
much about cars.
today's Army has a job for you.
I'm in the Army. I work on all
For the location of your nearest Army representative, call 800-523-4800, toll free.
Want to go do my laundry?
Again, the fantastic Billie Holiday.
There ain't nothing I ever do, or nothing I ever say, that folks don't criticize me. But I'm going to do just as I want to, anyway, and don't care just what people say. If I should take a notion to jump right into the ocean, ain't nobody's business if I do. If I go to church on Sunday, then cabaret all day Monday, ain't nobody's business if I do. If my man ain't got no money, and I say take all of mine, honey, ain't nobody's business what I do. If I give him my last nickel, and it leaves me in a pickle, ain't nobody's business if I do. I'd rather my man would hit me than for him to jump up and quit me. Ain't nobody's business if I do. I swear I won't call no copper if I'm beat up by my papa. Ain't do. Ain't nobody's business. Nobody's business. Nobody's business if I do.
There once was a girl named Jenny, whose virtues were varied but many, excepting that she was inclined always to make up her mind. But Jenny points a moral with which you cannot quarrel, as you will find.
As we will find, say, who's Jenny? Never heard of Jenny. Jenny is out of place.
Well, I am sure the court'll find Jenny is immortal and has a bearing on this case.
As for instance?
Well, for instance, Jenny made her mind up when she was 3 that she herself was going to trim the Christmas tree. Christmas Eve she lit the candles, tossed the tapers away. Little Jenny was an orphan on Christmas Day.
Poor Jenny, bright as a penny, her equal would be hard to find.
She lost a dad and mother, a sister and a brother, but
Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, totally check. No way, baby. I'm back. I'm back, baby. I gotta grab my coffee. Yes, you're not hallucinating. You're not hallucinating. Things are different. The camera angles are slightly different. I have mounted 2 of my cameras. Yay! They're on the walls now. I don't have to trip over tripods and go, don't bump that, don't bump that. Because that was a total bummer, man. But yeah, here I am, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Not. Ready for the week. Not. I was up till 2 a.m. I got up at 4. I barely got 2 hours sleep. Barely. I think I might have squeezed out 2 hours. Maybe. I ain't counting on it. So, the telethon begins this evening. It does, in earnest. It begins this evening. at 5 p.m. with the Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia Show. We will hold it then because it is kind of like prime time, and my plan is to have this telethon go as long as necessary, but as short as possible. Right? Right? I totally. There we go. Let me. There we go. Let me turn me up a little bit so I don't have to. Talk too loud into this thing. Okay, so I am still reeling from Starcrawler Friday night. Yes, I did meet Starcrawler. I did. I totally did. This week we will be looking at some footage and some photographs and reminiscing about the whole night. I'm still compiling stuff from 3 different phones and 1 camera. So I have yet to pull footage 1 hour. The entire Starcrawler show I have on my daughter's hand-me-down iPhone. So I have an iPhone now, and it was great footage, 4K. So it's like 18 gigabytes of information on that phone. I still have no idea how to go from Apple to Windows. Anybody out there know any of this crap? Good morning, Joey. How's it going, brother? I am totally swinging on a star, man. Oh, that's crazy. So, let's get into, let me take this off here now that I know my sound is good. Is my sound good? I think my sound is good. So, it's Friday night, right? It's totally Friday night. And, man, I'm still just totally wigging out about this whole Starcrawler thing. It was so friggin' awesome. I'm like, okay, I gotta get out there early. I'm gonna cancel my show. I'm gonna leave at 4:30. I'm gonna drive straight out there, and I'm just gonna stand there and wait, right? And my daughter's like, creepy. And my wife's like, what do you gotta go so early for? Why don't you stay and we'll finish making tamales and then we'll go. And then we can all go together. She's like, I don't want to drive. I want to drive all the way out there and all the way back at freaking midnight. Right? And I'm like, all right, like I totally feel you, Oh, awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much, Joey. It's good to have a sound tech on the other side of the country, Let me know if I get too loud. Every once in a while my voice blasts into the red here, and I don't know what that sounds like out there. Friday night, crazy stuff. We decide, okay, well, if I'm going to stay till 6, I'm doing a show, baby. So I went live at 5 Friday night, did a show, 14 songs, a dozen commercials. It was a great show. It was fun. I was on probably a total of like 5 or 6 minutes, right? It was all music. It was all action. It was a great show. I really enjoyed Friday night's show. And then at 6 o'clock, I rolled end credits and turned everything off and packed up my shit, and we were out of here by 15 after, right? Of course, I took my records, and I forgot to bring a Sharpie. So we're on our way to Pappy and Harriet's. We got to get gas so we can make it home, right? And I don't want to stop for gas at midnight. Show didn't start till 9, and there was an opener, right? So, oh man, just friggin' crazy. So we stop at a gas station. We get gas. Of course, I didn't check then to make sure that I had the Sharpie. I could have just... So I had to go to a liquor store. They didn't have any pens at all. And then I went to another liquor store gas station and bought some big black Mark-a-Lot. Marks, you remember the Mark-a-Lot? Big Sharpie type marker. Big black heavy duty deal. So it's like, okay, this will work. So I bought 2 of them just in case one was dead. I thought, all right, well, at least I got twice as much luck. And besides, like, if there's more than one people, I can say, here's a pin for you and a pin for you, and here, sign. And So anyway, we got out there like, it was almost 7 by the time we got out there, right? The Czech family was already bored. So they were walking around, checking stuff out, looking at the old pioneer town, right? I couldn't get any messages. There was no service up there for me, and all of my apps are on my old phone. So this new phone, all I can do is answer phone calls because there's no phone numbers in it, and I can use the video and the photographs kind of iffy, right? So my daughter has to school me on how to use this thing, but you know, so he sends me 2 messages and I never get them. So we find a nice place to park, and Natalie's like, I'm hungry, so it's like, well, chow down, girl, they'll get here soon. And so they show up from the other parking lot. I guess they had seen us pull up. I parked with a perfect shot down old dirt Main Street in Pioneer Town. And man, I am just totally my brain is just freaking scrambled. So my wife goes over and she's walking around and she's like, there's this tall person over there. I don't know who you know, what they look like or who looks like what, you know. And I'm like, okay. So I go over there and I look around. I don't know what anybody looks like either, right? Because all I've seen is like a couple of pictures on their albums, right? So I don't know really much. So I look around and I see people over there that look, you know, like they could be roadies or they could be rock stars or they could be freaking tourists, right? It's like, whatever. So I go back to the van and we hang out and we, you know, eat enchilada or tamales and hang out with our friends. And I was kind of bummed that only one of the daughters came, but I could understand because it's a rowdy place and the younger daughter probably shouldn't be there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have brought my young daughter there. So anyways, Holmes. So like I was telling you, man, we're like at this place and these people are coming around. So we're at the van and I'm sitting in a chair and I've got the 2 record jackets and a couple of Markalots in my hand, right? And I'm just sitting there, and I keep looking over at the gate to the cabin to where. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Can you see me? Hello? My stream faded for a minute. OBS decided to go wonky on me. I don't know what's going on here, man. It's freaking me out. Can anybody hear me there? Anybody still there? Come on back now. Come on back now. Come on back now. Oh, I'm back. Hey, okay, cool. Thank you so much, Joey. My OBS, the online broadcasting software, was supposed to go through a update overnight, and I think it might have done it just now while I was on freaking live, which sucks. I don't know. Everything seems to be speeding back up to normal, so I'm hoping that was a one-time occurrence. Okay. Whew. Let me see. I was just starting to sweat there for a second. I was getting the sweats. Okay, so let's see. Where was I? We were eating tamales. I was looking over at the gate where they come and they go, right? And I set the records like, okay, well, I'm starting to feel a little creepy myself. So I set the records and the pens in the van. And I sit back down, and the gate opens up, and the same person comes out, dark hair guy. And he kind of glances our way and kind of walks slow. And so I kind of, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, hey, wait a second. Actually, it was David who said, hey, man, go, hurry, look, there's that guy again. Go over there. And I'm like, huh? What? Oh, shit. And I totally fucking spaced out for a second. I ran over to the van. Actually, then I went over and I said, hey, how's it going? And he said, hey, dude, how's it going? So I ran over. I said, oh, wait a second. I ran over to the van, and then I held up the 2 records to him, and he said, oh, hey. And he started walking towards me, and I thought, all right, I got the right person. And at first, I didn't even know who it was, you know. And then it was like, oh, my gosh, you're Terry Cash. And he's like, yep. And then his brother, I'm going to say brother, because it's Billy Cash, comes out of the gate. His brother waves him over, says, come on over. And so he comes over, and we're hanging out. And so I get him to autograph the record. And then there goes Arrow DeWild, and she comes out, and she goes walking by. And I hold up the record, and she says, just a second, I'm going to walk with this person here. And she walks with the lady, and then I turn around, and she had come back behind me, and I turned around, and I was like, oh my God, and she's 6'3", right, and she had heels on, and I was like, wow, what an imposing figure, and so she graciously signed both records. She was so kind, as were both Cash boys. They were just phenomenal. I got hugs. I got signatures. Let me see if I do this. Will this work? There's 3 signatures, the Cash brothers, and Arrow on the top there. And then, of course, here on this one, they signed next to their name. They signed next to their face, sorry. And that is awesome sauce right there. Now, we had never, you know, well, I'll just keep going with this end of the story. So, anyways, Holmes, so they signed this, and I like a little baby, put my arms out and get hugs from each one of them, shake hands. I'm just totally, wow, like, I can't wait to see you guys. I'm so excited. This is going to be awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. You guys are the best. And we let them go, and we meandered back over to at one point I saw, I think it was Terry again, and said, hey, you guys want any tamales? Tamales? And he's like, no, thanks, I'm good. And then Arrow said something from the front porch of the cabin, but I didn't know what, and all I could do was smile and wave. Smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. I was too nervous to do anything else. I had already used up all of my extrovert points for the year already, so by the time I had gotten here today, I was just one meek individual. But I'm not going to give up that yes man thing that I've taken on. So I was like, I'm going for it, you know. And my wife and daughter are standing back. Our friends are way over here kind of standing back on, who is this guy? He's crazy. Look at him. He just runs up and starts poking on these people, you know. And I can't help it. You know, you only live once. You know, I'm at the end of my freaking life. I want to make the most of it now while I can. And this is fucking fun. You know, meeting these people. I put the record on, and now I get to go meet them. You know, get a couple of really, really classic quality meet and greet moments, you know. fucking A, man. That was a hell of a fucking adventure. And then it just went on. It just went on and on and on all freaking night long, the whole night. Just Pappy and Harriet's does not disappoint. The vending of the merchandise didn't happen until the gates were open. The doors were open for 15 minutes. The doors were open, and they were having trouble with passwords and Wi-Fi and that kind of stuff. So we go in. We're first in line because my daughter is fanatical about being first in line when it's general admission. She wants to get to LA so early next week. Yes, I have another concert next week. She wants to get to LA so early next week to go see Motion City Soundtrack because she wants to. It's general admission and she wants to be right up front, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, baby, whatever you say. You know, I'm your concert buddy. And so she didn't disappoint. I get in there and she's right there in the front, dead center. She's like, you want to be in the front or you want to be over here? And I'm like, no, this is perfect, right? Our friends hang out for a few minutes, but then they go get drinks and wander around and cruise and schmooze and stuff. And so their daughter kind of hangs out there in their spot right there, kind of way off to the side of the stage. And I sit down, but at this point I'm just out of it, right? I am just, my back and my neck are just killing me. So Starcrawler. So I'm sitting on the stage at this point. They didn't put the rails up because this is not a handrail concert where they put the metal railing. They don't allow that during their shows because they come out into the audience. They want audience participation, right? So there's no metal railing, and I'm sitting right on the stage just trying to rest my spine. And, butt heads keep kind of pushing, and this one guy just forces his way up, under the guise of showing us his video, and then all of a sudden he's standing right in front of my wife. And I'm like, after a little while, he won't move, and I'm like, hey, a couple of minutes ago you were behind my wife, and now you're blocking her view. What's up with that? And he's like, who's your wife? And I said, this little short lady behind you that was in front of you. And he's like, oh. And he just moves 2 feet, actually he moves 2 inches to one side. And it's like, what a jerk. So he finishes his drink, and I knew as soon as he finished his drink, he's going to be going to get another drink because he's a fucking drunk, right? It's like, okay, be gone with you. He leaves, tells this lady to watch his spot, and I look at her like, he ain't fucking moving. He ain't coming back here. I get up. As soon as I see him coming, I get up. I turn my back toward her, and I push myself back into the spot where my wife was and put her next to me, right? And he comes up and mumbled something, and then all of a sudden he was just gone, right? He evaporated like a piece of crap that he was. And there were a few pieces of crap that evening who had no respect for people just trying to enjoy the show. Smaller people, females, So we're sitting there, and we're right up front, right? And I'm like, well, I'm sitting there. Everybody else is standing. And Evelyn, my friend's daughter, is off to one side at the corner of the stage, and my daughter's dead center, and we're kind of spaced out in between, trying to gap it out so that when my friends come back, they've got a spot. They decided they're not going to come back. They don't want to be up front with all of that, right? Totally understandable. He actually works a real job, and I think he had to work the next day. Sorry, David. So we're standing there, and my wife did the smartest thing in the world. She told Evelyn to move over up against my daughter, which put her right center stage next to my daughter, right? So they're right up against the stage, and they're dead center in the middle of the stage, looking directly at the drummer, right? And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I stay where I'm at, way over here, and put my wife in the middle, and we've got a nice little spot there between center stage and to the right of the stage, right of the center. So we're right there. I mean, the stage is only like 15 feet long, and probably 10 feet deep It's not a huge stage. It's a tiny stage. I don't know how they packed so many people onto that fucking thing. I don't know how the Psychedelic Furs did it on that stage. I don't. But they did. I wasn't there. So it's Friday night. The show is about to start with the opener, Velveteers. Had never heard anything by the Velveteers. Had never heard of the Velveteers, right? And I'm looking at this drum set, right? And this drum kit is set up with 2 bass drums set right next to each other, right? And the rest of the drums, everything, it is set up in a straight line, right? A bass drum and a tom and a tom and a snare and another tom and a bass drum and another snare and a bunch of cymbals and an electronic drum. And then I noticed that there's 2 chairs, and then by one of the chairs is some keyboards stacked, and then on top of that there's a guitar laying on top of that. And I'm thinking, well, this is an interesting setup, to say the least. And so I'm watching this going, oh, well, this, you know, and I heard just a piece of the sound check. I actually have a little bit of the sound check recorded. And it was like, wow, they're loud. And then they came out and they started. And there were 2 guys and a girl. I don't know their names yet. But she was playing a mean guitar. And the 2 guys came out and sat behind the drums, one at the keyboard and one behind a full kit, which was like only like 5 pieces, 4 or 5 pieces. Wasn't much. There wasn't much percussion there. There wasn't much drums. It was, you know, a couple of snares, a couple toms, a couple bass, a couple cymbals. And I'm thinking, all right, this is going to be different. And it was, and they started playing, and both guys played the drums together at the same time, using the same hi-hat and snare and tom on occasion at the same time, simultaneously. And they had such a great communication. Everything that they did was right on beat. It was amazing. I had never seen anything like that. I've seen the Grateful Dead. I've seen Mickey Hart and Robert Kreutzmann playing together. All right. I've seen dual drummer bands playing. I've seen, you know, percussionists playing together. I've never seen anything like these kids. These kids frickin' blew my mind. Oh, I gotta warm this up again. This sucks. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Warming it up good. Oh, yeah. Feeling my oats. And bunches of oats. Yeah. Oh my gosh, like no way. No way. Okay, hot coffee. Hot coffee, hot coffee, hot coffee, hot coffee, hot coffee, hot coffee. Hot coffee. Hot coffee. So yeah, the camera's a little bit different in here. Cameras are a little different. I got my cameras mounted on the wall. Yay. Okay, so these guys are playing, and I recorded the first 2 songs, right, of the Velveteers, and then I just wanted to sit back and enjoy the show, right? So I'm thinking, all right, I'll record a little bit, and then I'll just hang back and I'll watch these kids tear it up, right? And they had to be in their 20s, right? Early 20s, late teens. They were just full of energy, and they did not disappoint for 1 second. They did not stop the action. They go into this second song, right? And it's partway through this second song, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think I recorded more than 2 songs. So I'm pretty sure that it's partway through the second song, and they're playing the drums, and the girl's playing the guitar, and the main drummer gets up from his kit, and he grabs a small, it looked like maybe no bigger than a 14-inch tom. It was probably a 12-inch tom. Really nice tom. It had skins on both sides, and he held it up over his head, and he walked out, and he walked directly to Evelyn, right next to my daughter, right? And he looks at Evelyn, and he holds this drum up, puts it up over his head, and hands it to her. So she automatically gets it. She puts the drum over her head, and she's like going to go kneel down. And he's like, no, stand up. Because her standing up now puts him standing up right at the drum, right? That one tom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And then I look and see that she has that drum right on her head, right? She's got that skin right on her head. And I'm thinking, holy shit, when he starts banging on that, she is going to feel it all the way to her toes, right? And so I reach over. I got the camera in one hand, and the camera's wiggling around, aiming at the drummer for a second, while I reach over, grab that tom, and lift it up off of her head, and hold it there off of her head until she gets the idea, okay, he's banging on this thing, and I don't want it against my head, right? So my daughter is on the other side. She's holding it up with one hand, helping support it. I'm holding it up with one hand, helping support it, because that's a little bit of a time for anybody to hold a drum over their head and to keep it off of their head while a guy is banging on it, right? So it's like, all right, this is way cool. And I finally get my hand stabilized and turn the camera and actually get a little bit of a shot of her holding that drum, right? And then they do this for, almost a minute. And then he takes the drum from her. It's this thing, he doesn't even say anything. He takes the drum from her, goes over to the center stage, sets it down on the floor. The guitar player is on her knees playing. He sits right down next to her, and he starts banging on this thing, right? And then he gets on top of he sets it down, and he gets on top of his floor drum, and he's up there banging on the cymbals, banging on the toms. Pieces of the sticks are flying, and he gets done, and before he turns around and goes back to stay behind his drum kit, he comes over and he gives each one of the girls a drumstick that he used for this, right? And I'm like, oh. And I got my camera still rolling. So as I get it like they're over, right here, and I like get it from the side. And as soon as he turns and walks away, I come up and I get a shot from the front looking at them. And they are like holding the sticks looking at each other. And it is just such an awesome dad moment, Another awesome dad moment was me having to reach over behind the girls and tell this guy, hey, ease up when my daughter's here, man. Chill out, dude. And one guy was like, oh, hey, cool, it's cool. And all of a sudden he just kind of faded back. And then I ran into him outside. And another dude just copped an attitude, and of course, until a bunch of girls jumped in and said, hey, yeah, man, get out of here, and backed me up. So that was cool. So the Velveteers are finishing up, right? And my daughter knows me, right? And at least I think she's kind of got it. She had it figured out. But she looked at me and she said, Papa, could you go out and get me this record? I really, really want this. These guys are awesome, right? I'm like, yeah, it's my girl. That's my girl. So I shoot out there before they stop. Actually, at this point, they're breaking down their stuff, right? They're breaking down their stuff, and the guys themselves are walking their equipment out. And I'm thinking, all right, so I'm going to go out there. So I get out there, and there's 2 or 3 people in front of me. So I'm waiting. I get a record, pay for it. Always tip the merchandise people, always. As I always do. And then, so I walk over to the table right next to the door where they're bringing stuff in and out. And there they are. There's the drummers. There's the girl. They're walking back and forth, bringing their own equipment out, helping the roadies. And there's Babe right there. And I'm like, yo, babe. So I'm like, excuse me, do you think maybe I can get you to sign this? As I'm tearing the plastic off of this record, right? Brand new, and I'm just ripping it. So can I get you to sign this? And he says, yeah, give me a second to make sure I got all my stuff together. And I'm like, oh wow, this is awesome. So this lady is standing over there with her camera, or her phone, and she wants to get a selfie with these guys. And I'm like, hey, if you record me, I'll record you. Here. And I hit record, and I hand her the phone. So she records me for 30 seconds, talking back and forth with the two drummer guys, right? And I get both their autographs, and they are the nicest guys in the world. They are such sweet people, as was Demi, the singer. And I turned to her, and I'll have to get the record and bring it out to you this evening. It's in my daughter's room. And all three of them signed her face, which was the lightest part on the record, on the jacket. The only thing I had a black Sharpie, so the only thing you could write on would have been her face, and that's where they signed. All three of them signed her face, and it was awesome. And I got handshakes, and I gave them kudos and thank you. And the best part was I turned around, and there's all these people going, you know, as usual, you know. And I walk back in, and I put it over in front of my daughter's face, and I said, those are some nice kids. And she went, oh my God, you did, oh my God, you got it too. So I did the dad thing again. I had my moment, you know, actually getting to meet Starcrawler. She didn't know who the hell Starcrawler was when she bought the tickets for me. You know, none of us knew who Velveteers were, right? So that was really, really friggin' heavy. And then Starcrawler did their thing. And they came out, 4 guys came out and started jamming. And then she ran out on stage, hunched over in a little bitty ball, running, and she came out, and then she stood up. She threw her hands up, straight up over her head. She got on her tippy toes like a ballerina or Michael Jackson, right? And she stood there, and she was 9 feet tall from head to toe. And she was gigantic. It was like, oh my God. And she did that. And it was like everybody just went freaking nuts. It was fucking off the freaking hook. I was blown away from beginning to end. I started recording thinking, all right, I'm just going to record a little bit and I'm just going to get into it, right? I couldn't stop recording. Every second of the show was just fucking phenomenal. I didn't know how to use my camera, the video. So after a while, I actually got to get into zooming in and out and moving closer and doing different stuff. And I got some great shots of Arrow DeWild up so close. She reached out and pointed right at my camera, and had I been an inch closer, she would have touched the camera. It was fucking crazy. It was so loud that by the time, it was like after like 2 songs of Starcrawler, my hearing was gone. I couldn't hear anything correctly anymore. She sounded like she was on helium. All the voices singing sounded like helium because my ears were so burned. It was just done. My ears. I'm so glad that I recorded the whole set and then came back and recorded the encore song. But I have yet to remove that footage from my daughter's hand-me-down iPhone that I now possess. She got her new phone, and I've been waiting, and my wife finally said, would you just go get that thing activated already? And now I don't know how to use it. So I got to program it, I got to install my apps, I got to upload all of my data. It's just crazy. So Starcrawler, they were crazy. She kept trying to get the crowd right. She's like, all right, all of you people moving over there, you guys moving, you come down in the front, and all of you lazy people, get out of here. I mean, she just wanted to, and I could totally get it. But these people weren't used to this kind of stuff. I wasn't used to this. This was, besides, when I go to a show, I'm not going to dance around and act the fool. I'm going there to watch. I want to watch and hear as much as possible. I want to have as much data to make memories as possible. That's it. I don't want to forget anything. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to spin around at a dead show because I might miss something, right? I'm going to be captivated the whole fucking time. And if I've got my phone recording, I'm right there beside it. I'm not looking through my phone. I am on occasion, but most of the time I'm just making sure it's in a good spot. You know, I'm enjoying the fucking show. And did I ever? Had I been 20 years younger, I would have been all over that floor. Dude, it was so fucking much fun. It was so much fun. Man. I really wish I had more energy. I really wish that I could have bopped around more. And, you know, I mean, all I could do was, you know, fucking do this kind of shit and bang my fucking head. I couldn't shake around too much because I had a camera going, and I couldn't shake around too much because my spine was fried, right? As it has been for the last 13 years. Oh my God, shut up about your back. The guy won't shut up. Leave him alone, Harry. So like, it was so fucking cool. It was so fucking cool. I mean, I'm going to be talking about this every day for weeks. Every day for weeks, we're going to be looking at shit and bringing up footage. I'm going to bring out my daughter's shirts. She got a Velveteer shirt, and she got a Starcrawler shirt. She got the Starcrawler LP autographed. I got to meet the bass player for Starcrawler, the original bass player. After the show, I didn't get him to sign the records because I don't think he'd shown up yet. He wasn't there. Either he hadn't shown up yet, or he was taking a nap, or just didn't want to come out. So I got to meet him after the show and let him know how much I think they rock. And I didn't get to meet the drummer, even though I believe the drummer is a replacement drummer. I think he's the drummer for this particular record here, if I'm not mistaken. But let me just double check. Like, oh my God, like, no way. For sure, I can't read stuff that small. To hell with that. You'll just have to take my word for it that I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to this band. All I know is they kick ass, and they are the coolest people in the world. You get them on stage, and they're just rowdy as hell, right? They'll eat your face if you don't move, but they are the fucking bomb. I can't wait to see them again. As I'm sure my daughter, they got finished, and we're going out to the van, and my daughter is saying, I love them both so much. You know, she's like, boom, instant fan, and I'm like, yeah, I did this. You know, she's turned me on to so many cool groups that I had no idea existed, right? And then I went, pow, baby, check this shit out. And she's like, oh, I love them. They are fucking awesome. So, once again, I did the dad thing, and I rocked. I rocked, baby. Do you see me adjusting myself here? I got a new camera angle here, so things are different. Things are a little bit different. Kind of open things up. I was supposed to have 3 camera angles. The camera that I ordered through eBay, that the guy dropped into a padded envelope and put it into the mail. You fucking idiot. Totally screwed up the camera. The camera's a piece of shit. Do I want a rebate? It cost me less than $20. I would rather have him take a hit on his stats, right? He needs to take that hit that I wrote, that shitty comment, you know, about him packing shit in an envelope. Of course, he sent me an email. Oh, it was my other person who did it, you know, and what can we do to resolve this? You can't do anything to resolve this. You know, you had the one camera that I fucking wanted, the one camera on eBay that I wanted, and you destroyed it with your incompetence. Flat out. That's it. So, you know, eat my shitty comment and my 1 star or no stars or whatever I did. But no, blow me, you know. You deserve that shitty comment, and people need to know that on occasion you're fucking incompetent as hell. Flat out. Bada bing, a bang, a fucking a boom. Aight? Aight? So I was supposed to have 3 cameras in here. I tried, that other camera just would not fucking, and then all of a sudden it starts flashing, and then just shut the fuck down. So I'm going to have to scour the internet and try to find another identical camera to these old fucking 15-year-old cameras. Try to find another one and get it out here. I've got 2 HD cameras, but they're not set up for this. They're made for recording and then putting data, you know, into the computer. They're not webcams. They're not HDMI webcams. They're just not. So what I'll probably do is hook up an HDMI, and that is going to give me, not an HDMI, a USB camera. And I'll do a USB camera, and it will be, it'll come through the computer, and it will look like, let's see, can I set this up? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Yeah. So I can use this, and this is not the cam, but this is a webcam. My screen cam. There's my shirt. Right. So I can kind of do that. And I'll set up a couple of different USB cameras in there so that I can kind of bop around the room like that. And that's the best I'm going to do for right now. Eventually I can key up some graphics to border around that and maybe put a PNG over the top of that live and turn it into like a TV. So you're looking into a TV rather than looking onto a computer monitor. So that's that, right? So I was really hoping to have my 3rd camera angle pointed at this side of the room. It's a great angle too. That camera is also up on the wall there. It's useless now. Let's see, let's get back over here. Stop looking at my desktop. That was my desktop. It's got all of my show stuff, morning show, night show, Sunday show, all of my files. If you were looking, if you were peeking real good, then you might have got a sneak peek at some of the stuff that I have coming up. But that's all you get is a peek. It is Monday, Movie Monday memories. It is the day for movies and stuff here. I actually have picked out a couple of educational films from school. This time one from 1971 and one from 1981. And they're between 20 and 26 or 7 minutes long. And they're about dreams, because a while back I was talking about dreams, you know, and then I thought, you know what would be cool is to check out, see what they were talking about dreams like 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, right? So there's that. So 71, that's like 50 years ago, right? So that's cool. So we're going to take it like at 7 o'clock or something. We'll throw one of those on and check it out, and then discuss. That's disgusting. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. I uploaded those this morning. Speaking of uploading, the main reason why I kind of wanted to start the telethon after today's show here, but I got kind of hung up this weekend with cameras and with editing and stuff, so I didn't have a chance to upload everything all Sunday night, right? So I still got things to upload. I've got a couple of radio shows for Old Time Radio Wednesday, So I'm going to be doing that after the show and get those loaded up and ready for Wednesday. And then both Thursday and Friday are going to be kind of sharing days. I'm just going to be sharing footage and videos and photographs and sound and stuff, flashback and throwback. So there's that. For tomorrow, I've got a very, 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 very special show, and let me see if it is. Did I boot it? Did I give it the boot? I'm pretty sure I booted it up last night, and that was the thing that I left uploading onto YouTube overnight because it took so long. I couldn't wait. I had to get a couple hours sleep. So, let's see. Is that the one? The latest. Lord. Oh, that's right. I haven't made it. I haven't made it public yet, so it would be still in the private sector. So let's go over to the private area. Got some sun coming in that window now. Okay, so it looks like it went through, didn't have any restrictions. There's no copyright crap on it. There's no songs, no music, nothing that's copywritten. Let me go ahead and make these two dream videos public so we can watch them. And then there's another public one. Let's see, I've got one of the radio shows uploaded, Baby Snooks, for Wednesday. I still have yet to do Beyond Midnight and X-1. The videos are done. I just need to put them on YouTube so that I can activate them on their day. Okay. So there's that. So those videos are now ready to watch at 7 o'clock. Totally awesome stuff. Man, I am so totally fucking jazzed about the weekend. And then I'm out here fiddling around yesterday, and my daughter has the nerve to come out and tell me, oh, like, remember, we're going to that concert next week? And I'm like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, it's on the 10th. And I'm like, we just went to 2 concerts, and now we're going to a 3rd. And this one's just over a week away. The other one was a week. It was like Psychedelic Furs, Starcrawler Velveteers, and now Motion City Soundtrack. And then I get a couple of weeks off, and then I have to go back to LA to take them to Los Campesinos, which means I'm going to be in Hollywood, hanging out, doing stuff again. I'll probably go buy the Amoeba Records. Did you get a sticker? Did they send you an Amoeba Records sticker, Joey? Did they? Because they should have. If they sent you stuff in the mail, they should have sent you a sticker, a couple of stickers, a card, right? Did they? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I gotta warm up this coffee again. I think I'm gonna add some more to it. Yeah. Yeah, totally, man. I mean, like, totally. Awesome. You don't remember, huh? Yeah, they should have sent you a sticker, man. Should have totally sent you a sticker. Starcrawler. That's a great shirt. That's a great fucking shirt, man. Totally wicked. I am just totally, man. So we got 4 viewers. Well, I'm 2 of them. So you have to X out 2 of the viewers that you see here, because that's me. 1 TV over here and my phone over here. So 2 of the viewers are me, 2 is somebody else. So that means that when we get to 12 viewers this evening, we're going to do a drawing. Oh, speaking of the drawing, telethon people, subscriber telethon. I got 111 subscribers, 111. That's freaking crazy. I'm averaging a new subscriber a night, really, because like some days I wake up from a nap and I'll have 3 new subscribers, right? And then some days it's like 1, some days it's 0, but most days it's 2 or 3 a day. I mean, it's just crazy. Or at least that's how it feels. I don't know. So I promised a drawing when I get to 100 subscribers, and we have surpassed that. So last night, sitting with my daughter, she assisted me like the best co-producer. She's an executive co-producer on my channel here. So I'm like, could you help? She says, yeah, give me a second. And she came out and she sat here. She went through my friends list on Facebook, right? And what I did was I drew, let me change my camera here. I drew this, all right? And it's just little squares or rectangles, right? And then my daughter, she came out and she went through my, let's do that, yeah. She went through my friends list on Facebook and my subscriber list on YouTube. And she wrote down everybody's names in these things, right? And she color coordinated it. I mean, look at that. Isn't that cool? So she wrote down all of my friends and family, save my wife. And she don't want none of my crap anyway. What am I going to do? Here, honey, take some crap. You won. Get out of here. So, so I'm going to be cutting these up. There we go. I'm going to be cutting these up into little rectangles, and I will be folding them in half and dropping them into my popcorn bucket. Because this is my popcorn bucket, and this is for me popcorn. So this is it. This is my popcorn bucket. And I am going to add these guys into here. Fold it in half, cut out and fold it in half. And those are the names for my first drawing. That will be the friends and family subscriber drawing. Now, to enter the easy to win drawing, all you have to do is type into the comments this evening at the start of the telethon program and type in drawing. That's it, just the word drawing. All capitals, all lowercase, a mix of both. As long as it says drawing, then you are entered. I will take your name and I will write it down on a spare that I have here, and I have enough there for anybody who signs on. There's no purchase necessary. The only stipulations are that you have to, in order to enter the second drawing, you don't have to be there to win. All you have to do is type drawing into the comments, and then we have to have at least 10 viewers watching simultaneously. They have to 10 viewers at the same time, minus my 2, 10 viewers at the same time watching. When that happens, I will say, okay, we have 10 viewers watching. We got 5 more minutes for anybody else to show up and enter there. And I'll get a little clock or something here and say, okay, look, it's almost time. You know, set my timer on my phone so you can see big numbers ticking down, right? 5 minutes, and then that's it. No more drawing entries, and then I'll pull a name, and that's it. I'll get 2 winners. One from the first drawing. That's a real hard one to win because there's almost 100 names, over 100 names, I believe, or they're pretty close to it. And then the second drawing is going to be the one to enter, because really, honestly, how many people are going to show up and type in drawing? Not many. So if 10 people are watching and only 2 people have entered the drawing, and I give the times up, I'm drawing, and there's only 2 names in there, you're going to be one lucky SOB. That's it. That's all there is to it. You know, especially if you get with me at some time after and help me curate a little gift specific to your tastes. Right? Ooh. In fact, let me go over here real quick and look into my drawer. And, ooh, that's it. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Aha. All right. I'm still working on it, so there you go. So let's see. Yeah, there we go. There you go, Joey. Check that out. Awesome sauce? Well, guess what? I'm walking over here up toward the camera, and I'm doing this, and it's going down, 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 and it just went into a box with your name on it. Yep, it just went into your box. I think I have one more thing. I have one more thing to put into that box, Joey. Oh, that box. That box has been so much fun. I hope you have as much fun with that box, opening it and playing with the stuff, as I have had filling the box. Now I just have to get the right size box to get it in the mail. The box I have now isn't the right dimensions, so I have to get one that's oversized and then cut it down to the right dimensions, because this one just doesn't work. And I was like, oh man. So I'm going to go get my box. And then, so yeah, them Amoeba Records stickers just went into your box. I'm going to Hollywood like 2 times this this month, so I'll be sure to stop by and pick up some more stickers. But it's going to be a lot of fun getting with people and talking with them and finding out what they liked about the 70s and 80s, or what they like about looking back as a piece of history, you know, as something that before they were born. Like Joey was born in 2000, right? So he only knows the 70s, 80s, and 90s as history, right? Whereas I was there, I lived it. I could teach a class, right? Oh, that's another thing. I found the first 4 hours of MTV, right? 1981, August 1st. So I'm going to be taking that and editing all of the bulk of the music out so that it's copyright friendly. And then I'll be bringing that to you at some point. So that'll be freaking cool and retro and awesome. Yeah, I cannot believe that that I reached 100 subscribers like that. You know. And as I promised, I'm going to do a drawing. Now, the idea was to do a live drawing, and it would be my first live event. Well, I've been live for almost 100 episodes of this morning stuff, so that kind of throws that out the window. So it'll be my first live drawing, my first live. And then I thought, you know what, why not make it ultra cool and do a telethon, right? Yeah, like Jerry Lewis. Do a Jerry Lewis telethon. I don't have any you know, people who are going to show up and entertain you. Hint, 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 anybody, somebody. But I may, at some point, because I'll be here in the evening, I might entertain you. I don't play in the mornings. Arthritis, bad voice, lungs. So in the evenings, I haven't played a whole lot lately. My calluses are gone. My fingers look like little baby fingers again. But I'll probably pick up the guitar and jam some tunes. I'll also bring you some music on Thursday from local talent. I've got a bunch of video that I've been compiling of local people, and at some point I'll turn them into videos to put on to YouTube. But I think that between now and then, on Thursday, since I won't have any time between now and then to get them turned into videos and loaded up onto YouTube, because I'll be using both computers all the time. And the internet access, I don't want to slow that down while I'm live. So I won't be doing a whole lot of, video editing and that kind of work while the show is on, because it'll just be a hindrance, But I do have a bunch of local talent videos. I did put together one video of David, my friend, doing 3 songs at an open mic last year. Just a great set, phenomenal fucking set. I edited it as one video with 3 songs, 3 covers. It's not a long video, but I edited each song individually unto itself as if it were a short music video. So it's like 3 short music videos in one open mic night set, right? Mainly I was trying out new ideas with editing techniques and whatnot, and trying to overlay different effects. So it's kind of an experiment, but they're 3 fantastic songs, and it's a good sound, and I really, really love the last video segment editing part. It's just really, really fun, and I think I'm going to have to use that more in some of my own stuff. Last week, David got me that harmonica stuff added to my music for Let's Go to the Movies, and I finally had a chance to upload it over the weekend and listen to it, and I fucking bawled my eyes out. It was so crazy to hear a song that you recorded and then had help with the music, and then got more help with more music. I wasn't even there, and he added this harmonica to it, right? And I'm like, whoa. So, I haven't edited it. I haven't put it in anything. I just watched it and was like in awe. And I know I'm not a musician. I'm not a singer. I'm not a songwriter. But sometimes I really amaze myself for just being a pretender. I'm just a pretender. I just pretend to know what I'm doing. And it's just so much fun, especially when it turns out really, really good. And I'm really proud of Let's Go to the Movies. And I haven't even created the video yet. I'm going to be going to Hollywood at the end of the month. It looks like I'll be going with my wife or somebody else, but I don't want to go alone. I want to drop the kids off and then walk around Hollywood by myself. More than likely, if that happens, I'll just sit in a parking lot, So I'm hoping somebody goes with me, my wife, and we can walk around Hollywood and get some shots. I'd like to get me with my guitar at Raman's Chinese Theater, doing a little strumming to my song, and grab some video of me walking through Hollywood with the Hollywood stars, with the Capitol building or the Capitol Records building, the Chinese Theater, a bunch of iconic spots, something with the, here I am, let's zoom into the, Hollywood sign, maybe go up to the observatory, outside the Hollywood Bowl. Just try to get some shots, some video shots of me with the guitar in Hollywood, right? And then I can edit that video together with other video. I'd like to go by an actual theater, go into a theater, and get in front of the screen while it's off, with the lights up, and and get some footage of me, I don't know, doing a freaking soft shoe in front of the goddamn screen, whatever. Go to the drive-in, get a picture of the van, me in the van parked in the back, get a picture of me with the guitar at the screen, try to grab a bunch of different elements so that when it comes to making this video, I can say, yeah, I think I got enough. And if not, I can produce something really quick. But man, that song is really, 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 really me. And it's, God, I think it's not even a year old. It's not even a year old, and it's still coming along. It's still, it's still rolling. Ah, yeah. Man, what a fucking weekend. What a couple of weeks. And then it just keeps coming. I'm going to be back in LA. Back in LA to see Motion City Soundtrack, and that is going to be fucking tight. They are such a fucking kick-ass band. Oh man. What is that other group that I want to see? The Cab? Oh man. Yeah, there's this, my daughter has turned me on to such great freaking music. I'm so glad I was able to reciprocate in kind Friday night. It's funny that she takes me to see the old classics like Psychedelic Furs, and then in August she's taken me to see ELO, right? And then I turn around and take her to see Starcrawler and Velveteers, and we both fall in love with each other's music, It's so fucking awesome. Yeah. I mean, I was, I guess, a pretty good dad, when my daughter was growing up. But I've had so much more fun these last couple of years that she's old enough to go out and do things. And we don't hang out together and drink and smoke and party and do all of the stuff that I did with my parents starting at the age of 14, right? No. On occasion, once or twice a year, she might get offered wine while we're out at a dinner or, at a function or something, But other than that, I mean, it's just father-daughter bonding. That's it. Straight up, unfiltered. We're just hanging out, concert buddies. And it's like crazy. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. It's my best concert buddy ever. I've been to a lot of concerts with a lot of people. And even my wife. I've been to a few concerts with my wife. And my daughter is just she's done so many concerts now that she knows all the ins and outs. Okay, so she's like, okay, so I got the VIP this time, so we're going to get there early. We're going to get in. We're going to get a good spot to stand, And I'm like, all right, I need to get a cane with a chair on it. She's like, I don't know if you can. I said, I don't care. I need to get a cane with a chair. I need to get a cane with a chair. All right. So how am I going to squeeze this in? I gotta squeeze it in. Like, oh my God. I have to write. So Starcrawler is going to be in your after ELO, but it's definitely before. Velveteers. Oh man, those Velveteers. Unexpected Dream Come True, right? And that was 5:31. this list of concerts. We have yet to add. Niall Horan, that's it. That's who she's going to see in July. Niall Horan, the one of the singers from One Direction, Harry Styles' buddy. Niall Horan. Okay, great record, great solo album. So that should be fun. The girls, my daughter and one of her best friends who just graduated with her out of college, high school and college, and then their friends, her friends, her other friend and her friend's sister. So, pardon me. And then we still haven't decided if we're going to be putting them up in a room somewhere, or if I'll just be driving out there. And then, you know, if they're uncomfortable about driving out there and staying in a room, then maybe we'll just get the room anyway, and I'll drive out there with them and just be a chaperone and probably be passed out by the time they get back from the forum. Try to get a place that's really close, you know, and I'll either run and pick them up or they'll just walk over. There are B&Bs that are really, really close to the forum. So we'll just have to figure it out. Otherwise, it's get a freaking motel room a few miles away. I'll drop the kids off. I'll go to the room. I'll hang out. Set my alarm. Go pick them up. Bring them back to the room. Tuck them in. Pass out for a few hours after we eat In and Out, and then roust them in the morning and get the hell back. And then I guess, hey man, take it easy, Joey. Peace. Have a good night's sleep, man. I'm not going to get much sleep the next few days. Oh. So yeah, it should be fun in July, at the end of July. Going out to the forum again. We got so many fucking concerts coming up. It's just crazy. Let's see. We are 6:50. I guess about a few more minutes, and we were going to watch one of these dream educational films, and that should be interesting. And I think while I'm putting that on, I will probably grab a little something nice, a little something to eat. I don't know what that's going to be. A bagel, maybe? A half a bagel? It's either that or a tamale. Tamale don't sound bad. Those tamales are so fucking good. Oh man, my wife makes the best tamales. Oi. For the love of Pete. I can't believe we're going to another concert next week. A week from today. So a week from tonight, I won't be here in the evening. I will be on the road, out somewhere near the Inglewood Forum, or the Kia Forum, as they like to call it nowadays. It's just the LA Forum for me. It's always been the LA Forum. It'll always be the LA Forum. You can, do whatever you want, call it whatever you want. It may not be there much longer. I don't think it's going to be there forever. I think that once they realize they're just building another arena across from SoFi Stadium, right? And I think it's another Acrisure. But the thing is that they hold up to 60,000 people at the SoFi, I think. And you can only get 14,000 people into the forum. I think once they realize that real estate is being wasted with that small of a venue in that area, they're either going to build something really big right on the footprint of the parking lot there at the forum, and just kind of keep that as a piece of history. But it's just so small. It is. It's just so small, and everything else is so big nowadays. I mean, those little Acrisure arenas, the one we got out here, it's tiny. It's only 11,000 people on a good day. But I don't know. I don't think that forum's got more than 20 years left in it. I mean, It's really beat up. It's really beat up. All of that music pounding in there all the time. At some point, it's going to become structurally unsound. The sound is going to make it unsound. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or they're just going to want to put something bigger there, you know. Concert venues, sports arenas, and that kind of stuff. They're on the rise big time. Every fucking city, every town, every metropolis, everywhere you look, there are these huge venues popping up everywhere. Everybody wants to take advantage of that entertainment dollar. And it's freaking crazy. They're everywhere. And every weekend you can find a show. Every week you can find some kind of show within an hour's drive. And many choices, right? Every freaking week you can find a classic rock band. You can find something new going on, some kind of sporting event. It's just fucking crazy. It's like, you know, entertain us. The humanity has just said, entertain us. It's all we want is to be entertained. That's it. That's all. We don't want anything else. Just entertain us. We don't want reality. We don't want reality, man. Not a bit. Lava lamp cam. Lava lamp cam, lava lamp cam, lava lamp cam. It's looking good today, baby. I got a little bit of an angle change there. We get to see more of that reel-to-reel. We get to see more of those pictures. And my chicken sitting in the happy cup there. And I added my my prototype there in front of that happy face. Little Dairy Queen yo-yo. All of my little things there, my Walkman and my Watchman, my little portable TV and my little portable tape player. Back there, little electronics, little gadgets, little gizmos. That's what I'm saying, baby. That's what I'm saying, baby. Yeah, baby. Come on, baby. Come on now, baby. Yeah, man. So, telethon tonight. I figured, you know, why screw around in the morning? Most of my friends and subscribers are here on the West Coast, you know, Midwest, that kind of thing, Central Time. So I didn't want to get started too early and then pretty much just waste a lot of time here by myself. So I'm going to come back in the evening. I'll start the pre-show at 4:20 and then get into the show at 5 o'clock. And it will be nighttime nonsense and nostalgia with a telethon slant. In other words, we'll be talking about the telethon, we'll be talking about viewers. If the drawing happens during the show, then it happens during the show. If it happens after the show, as soon as the show is over, I'm going to start a brand new feed and come back for telethon part 2. And that's just going to be from then until the following morning when I start the pre-show for the morning show, right? At 4:20 a.m. So it'll be a long feed from 6 o'clock p.m. till 4:20 a.m. right? That'll be almost 12 hours. So I'm going to do that. I'll be here during most of that. I'll probably leave about between midnight and 2 to go take a nap and leave you with something to listen to and or watch. Perhaps a Grateful Dead show. Perhaps 2 Grateful Dead shows. Perhaps 3 hours of Muzak and a lava lamp. Haven't decided yet. It'll just kind of happen organically. So, yeah. That'll be freaking cool. And then I'm just going to kind of stay on the air until I decide to take a nap, and then I'll be just leaving you to go take a nap and then come back and continue the telethon. When we get to a point where there's 10 viewers watching consecutively for at least 5 minutes, I'll put a stop on the entrance to the drawing, and I'll draw a name. Now, the first 10 viewers that we get, I'm going to do the first drawing because I've already got those names. The second drawing will take place when we have 10 viewers and at least 2 names in the goddamn bucket. That's it. Gall darn. It's pretty easy. No purchase necessary. You don't have to be here to win. You don't have to be watching to win. You just have to enter. The first drawing, you don't even have an enter. I'm just copying names from my friends list and subscribers list, the ones that I can see. I've got 110 subscribers, and I could only see 23 because everybody keeps their stuff incognito. So those 23 names and the 80-something names from my Facebook page, they go into the first drawing. That's going to be a tough one to win, you know, upwards of 100 names, right? So the second drawing is the one that you want to enter. You want to type in drawing into the comments tonight, and then from there till the end of the telethon, when we do that second drawing, that's going to be the time to enter. That's going to be the one to go for, right? And then look at that sun piling in that window. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, man. Wow, man. All right, so we're getting up on the hour, getting up on the half hour, and I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put on this dream educational film, and we'll watch the longer one first. Dreams So Real, 3 Men's Stories, an educational film from 1981. Let me turn off my sound real quick here while I boot this up and get it red-eye. Oh, wow. Did I save this in the wrong format? It's kind of wide. What are you going to do, huh? Okay, so I'm going to push this back. And let's see here. Turtley beard. Let's see, my feed looks good. My feed, everything is fast. Nothing slowing down. Okay, that looks good. Let's do the sound. Let's do this sound. And then there. We have sound?
Yes, I think psychotic very paranoid, very...
Mr. Zig-a-dee-zam, according to my theoretical perspective, you were doing much better last year than you're doing this year. I don't know what to do. But if your acute syndrome becomes chronic, you'll have to come back. Is that understood?
Could use him.
You must learn to conform. This is an acute syndrome, and if it gets any worse, you'll have to come back for a longer observation period.
Well, we have decided that you may go.
Couldn't sleep one night because this movie was on my mind, and I just got up and wrote the whole thing out, you know, just from a personal experience. The lesson is for the viewer to have a better look and a better idea of mental hospitals. I was preparing for the Vietnam War and trying to get back in shape, but I flunked my physical anyway because of this barroom brawl, as they wrote it up. it had a big impact on my life. My problem was I had hate built up for a group, a motorcycle group called The Breed. And I forgive them, you know. I want them to know that they know who they are. There's like 19 of the dudes that jumped on me and this chick. But yeah, these dudes came in one night and started a big ruckus, and I ended up in the hospital with stitches in my head, and some of my problems go back to that. So this is where all my trouble started, you know, because they didn't have any real reason other than racist reasons to fight against me. My doctors and my lawyers, no one helped me to get restitution. For about 10 years I was carrying the load of hate. So I get picked up for little things that white kids do all the time, but just because Jerry Beckman does it, it's taboo.
Be careful, man. They're out to get you. Okay. Ziggity Sam, come with me.
Hey, man, be quiet. I didn't do anything. I'm an example, perhaps, of one who's gotten lost in the bureaucracy of mental health. They thought they could help me. I just got swept right away, labeled, prognosed, diagnosed. It took me 7 years to really get any help. I was just part of the furniture in the place. I saw the doctor maybe twice a month. I've been on this Prolixin now for a long time, long enough to get used to it, but I can see what it's doing to me. I can't function as myself. I've consumed quite a bit of them, and it's not as if they have a cure for any head problems. But one time they gave me the wrong man's medicine, and I thought I was going to die. One man's medicine's another man's poison.
Hey, hi, man. Be careful, man. They're out to get you. Okay. Ziggity Sam, come with me. Hey, man, be quiet. I didn't do anything. Oh, let me out of this, please. What's going on? Where did I go wrong? In Jesus' name, dear Lord, I approach you to ask for strength that I might endure this tribulation. Thank you, and be with each and every one of us here. Amen. Ziggity Zam, go and help the people.
Hi. Dr. Bear is giving you your privileges. Feel like getting up?
Yeah, I'd like to get up, move around, play some cards. I won't hurt anybody.
Good.
Hey, can I join in this card game here? I play poker. You know, I met a guy who was in here for 10 years and without privileges. I told him to go see the ombudsman. I'm going to go see that ombudsman, too. You should go see him yourself. I'm going to get out of this place. Don't you want to get out?
See Jehovah's servants searching for the sheep, whom in Babylon's bondage the false shepherds keep.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ziggity Zam.
Ah, Mr. Ziggity Zam, I have your client right here. Which option would you like to sign
Let me just look over it a minute. Oh, yes, this one right here.
Okay, very fine. Sign here.
Okay, thank you.
Now, you know you'll have to go through a stepping out with your doctors before you can leave the hospital.
Okay, thank you very much.
You must learn to conform. This is an acute syndrome, and if it gets any worse, you'll have to come back for a longer observation period.
Well, we have decided that you may go.
Why, Ziggity, I've been waiting for you.
Nanya, I'm glad you waited for me. I love you. Help me straighten out my life.
My mother, she did to me, and then she praised me, my mother.
When you left Puerto Rico, was there anything wrong with you?
No, I was a child. I was all right, just like anybody else. I was a real person. But now I got bigger problems, worse problems. You know, see, I can help it. I've got willpower to sink, you know.
Oh, just to
Sink.
think.
Well, you know, ideas. And your mind, you know, like, keep it up.
You've got a very good mind, babe. Full of ideas.
Good mind.
What about Thursday this week? We'll find someplace to go outdoors.
You know, the park, Oakwood Park.
Oakwood Park? Is that where we should go?
Maybe. I can't do it. I got a brain damage because I got too beer drunk in a bar and one police hit me my ear. A 3-car police car. Over more, a little younger. I got knocked off for good, you know, not before. I was better before, because I got some beer and drinks. Again, you know, in the basement. I forgot in my mind, I cut myself bad. Took me to the hospital, blinked to death. Well, I'll be telling you, you know, to everybody, I understand. They know my problems. You feel that something happened to me when I was 9 years old.
It looks like this. Remove the horse, you know, near the front leg, so that he seems like he's running.
You're a nice horse. Looks like fantastic.
I'm going to show you each picture. I want you to say something about each picture, so we see it.
I didn't see no horse medal before. Just a horse came and pushed me down the hill. I didn't see him, you know. I see him, but it's inside of me, you know. Well, it's a story of a horse, you know, trying to fool someone. Like if it were me in the picture, well, I'm trying to get away from him. The Horse in the Boy Basket by David Arcey. Once upon a time, while I was going along the path, came a horse and pushed me down a hill. Caballo, muchacho y canasta, in Spanish. Starring the basket and the horse boy by David Arcey. I showed this picture, see about a horse and my uncle gonna get a ride on. My uncle up on. And there he is. And then I showed the son the path and the horse go by. And there's a horse came and looking at him and the boy there. And it's kind of mad at him. And the horse came and pushing behind him, and the boy took a flop. And there's a horse kind of mean to him, you know, boy angry. The boy telling him go away, the horse. No, and it's a graveyard. The boy going to it. It was about a lady, she died there in a graveyard. Once, long time ago. And on my grandmother's house, my mother, she teasing me and when my uncle were milking cows. Then she praising me, my mother. And meanwhile, I went outside and wait for a billy goat, you know, because the mother she told me I'm gonna go visit see some cow bath, and there they are. And so I'm surprised about helicopters are coming, and we're gonna make a trip to the United States, and there's a plane there, show, and I'm in the plane seeing, I look to the sea way down there, so well looking. And I showed the airport of Cleveland, and it was plane.
The Mental Health Hospital, CPI, Cleveland Psychiatric Institute, like Tiffin, like any other state hospital, tends to break a person's spirit. My spirit was broken. I became suicidal after being treated there, mainly because they never took me off of the wrong medication they had me on. I couldn't even wash my hair or eat my food. Sometimes I couldn't even see my food. They threw me in restraints for yelling. Just for yelling, they threw me in restraints for an entire day. Tried to bite off my tongue so I'd die. I couldn't do it, though. I never want to go back. I'm having a tough enough time getting involved with society.
These are okay. It's primary basic wings and stuff like that. They're okay. So you see, once
You're an oddity as a poet. Just maybe as strange as a mule that speaks poetry is a man who speaks poetry.
A little bit, and then we'll get them fully extended.
I'm not the only poet that's gone crazy. What's a frightening thing?
Extending out, okay?
Yeah.
Then they're gonna be immobile while they're coming out,
Mhm.
okay? They're just gonna hang there. And he's gonna start flapping. And as he flaps them, each flap, they're gonna get wider and
Wider
wider.
and wider and wider.
My poetry doesn't supply enough purpose for my needs. It's too infrequent a thing to really count on it as a stimulus. When I get off my meds for a while, I get sick. So I'll probably be on medication for the rest of my life, which handicaps me and probably will not allow me to become a monk. To divest yourself of society and stuff and live the life you want to live and not be able to do that. Because even the Catholic Church won't accept a handicapped person. Well, I was really down about, why Christ died on the cross, you know. And I was thinking that I wouldn't want him to die for me. Because it was too much for such a good man to die for someone like me. And I feel that I don't have that much to give to a person, or I'm not that willing to give that much of myself to another person. But you write poetry. I give to myself through my poetry. Look at that. See that? Scoop that out? They're weird looking. They got eye holes and no eyes and stuff like that. And they're like, sort of like pseudo people or something like that. Not really quite real. This is pretty good for me, this activity. Because before I just sleep all day or something, I'd lay around and mope, you know. And I wasn't writing very much lately either. So, kind of slow. But now depression rolls like stone wheels, crushing naked nerve endings that once attached to friends, to lovers. The poem is in the future, like my grave, marking all the times I've died. I'll wait to bloom as a pale flower. By the time you see the poem in my eyes, I'll be dead.
This should be interesting, though, having a real live outpatient from after a suicide attempt, having him live on film.
Sometimes I wonder some predicaments I get myself into. Now, if I hadn't tried to do myself in, I'd still have my jacket, and I'd have my shoes, and I'd have $40. And I'd have gone out. If I had any sense, I would have went out on Friday night and got drunk instead of taking an overdose. But I said to myself, no, I'm not going to go out and get drunk because I fell down the last time I went out and got drunk. So I took the overdose. See, if you knew my life, you see some of the ulterior motives and the ulterior person, exterior person and stuff. You don't see what goes on inside. What goes on inside is not hurting.
I really got bummed out this morning at the meeting. Let's have that pen. Shit.
You mean that when the people were here looking at it?
No, I mean the meeting they have in the morning.
Oh,
The group meeting. It drives
oh.
me crazy. Yeah. I'm just not enthusiastic today. I'm still pretty down.
Did it make you feel better at all to see your footage?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Because I thought...
I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. I thought there was going to be all kinds of hang-ups, especially that I was really worried about it coming through the door. And the transition from one model to the other was so smooth I couldn't tell.
The thing is, like, if we keep working on this today, we can finish up this roll, send it in, and have it back too.
Oh, okay, I'll stick around.
You know, because we've just got 25 feet to
And
go.
I thought nobody cared anymore, so I tried to end my life. But the fighting part has got people, a good number of people will think you're just a sponge or something like that, or something that's sopping up money from the government. You're not worthwhile. Tales from the Blind Mule. '21st century. The blind mule walked a mile. Hydrogen bombs exploded in his eyes. He ate contaminated grass until he mutated wings. Flying over ruins, seeing in X-rays, he was the first of his kind. There would be more of his kind in the days to come. In aftermath, he spoke flowers until he died of starvation. He was the first poet. I long to be filled, the bones of grass. The iron of my flanks assures me. My wings deliver me. I bar futures, secure in their fates. They cannot see as I see. Sparks flow from my steely hooves. Illumination, I transcend the mountain's dream. I am fate. I speak to the newness of children. My tongue is an orchid, cleaving to my famished teeth. I am the foundation of the wasteland. Heed me, lest you mutate beyond comprehension. My blood is stone, my breath is incense. Secret wisdoms foretold. Radioactive and serene. I am starving. It is a world of wonder. How do you think it went? Fairly well. I hope so, anyhow. Okay, we can break down. Yeah, okay. I'm just like anybody else. I'm out here looking. Trying to keep my thinking ability. I feel like just a misunderstood person. You think that chicken's gone?
Yes.
I watch TV. You know. Hear the radio, everybody talking and all that, and talk. I go to bed. So, that's my life. I know what's my future gonna be. You know?
I just don't want to sit around and vegetate for the rest of my life as a second-class citizen without any rights to work or any real rights to romance or anything like that, because you're branded. If you have a nervous breakdown, you're branded, you're marked. Something's wrong, you're tainted goods.
Mr. Zigazam, according to my theoretical perspective, you were doing much better last year than you're doing this year. If your acute syndrome becomes chronic, you'll have to come back. Is that
Voice
understood?
sounds familiar.
You must learn to conform. This is an acute syndrome, and if it gets any worse, you'll have to come back for a longer observation period.
Well, we have decided that you may go.
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you. I will go now.
Nanya, I'm glad you waited for me. I love you.
Yo, baby.
Help me straighten out my life, you know.
Very cool. Totally. Let's do that. And that. How's that? Totally. Well, that was different. That actually, it spoke more to the state of mental health care than it did to the state of dreams. Really? That's kind of the way I got the slant on that, right? It was really more about medication. It's indeed. I don't know, I might have saved this one in a longer, wider format because it seems a little different. It looks a little bit different. So while you were away, I got to eat half a bagel. That's all. Just a half a bagel. No cream cheese. Just dry and almost burnt. Like me. Dry and almost burnt. Yeah. So what did you guys think about that educational film on dreams? It seemed more about suicide, mental health, overprescribing, institutionalizing of people rather than understanding of their situation. It just, it's like nothing's changed. We're still overprescribing, over-medicating. Everything, all our treatments are under-effective. We got people walking the streets who are, in dire need of help. And all they can do is throw medication at you. Well, if that don't work, then try this medication. And that's the way it is. It's just the way it is. Yeah. So let's go right into the next one. It's about 20 minutes long. And we can Devils, Dragons, and Monsters. Now this one seems like it's going to be more about actual dreams. It's about 20 minutes long. Let's get into this one here. All right, here we go. Totally. Maybe I'll hang out during this one here.
The following is from NIT.
NIT.
National Instructional Television.
NIT. Devils, Dragons, Monsters.
What are people afraid of?
Yeah, that'll do it. I can be afraid of that. Totally. Sheesh. that's just crazy stuff. Oh, dude is scared. Isn't that a Van Gogh? Nah, it's just a drawing of Van Gogh. That's something you can be afraid of there. Okay, so we're scared of propaganda. That looks like World War II propaganda. It's totally World War II propaganda. They keep showing that same image, like, you know, remember the planes flying over.
Why do people make pictures of disease, war, and famine, things they fear?
Because it looks awesome. Look at that. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like an album cover, man. It's totally cool. Yeah. Wow. Oh. Man, I saw so many of these types of pictures growing up. Oh, I remember that one. That one's great.
Sometimes artists use their works to open doors in their minds, to express their fears.
Yeah.
As someone else might scream.
Oh, that's freaky looking. That's freaky looking. Whoa. Awesome sauce. All right, time for a bong hit.
In most societies, artists use their skills to help other people manage their fears. Though Nigeria is a very modern African country, there are still those who preserve old ways. To help other people deal with their fears, artists there make images of the god Shango and his wives.
Chango? Or Shango?
Believers who think that someone is plotting against them prepare to visit the shrine of Shango.
Shango.
They will ask Shango to call down his vengeance on their enemies.
Damn!
They must prepare themselves by putting on a special makeup made of the ground bark of the cam tree.
The ground bark of their enemies.
This camwood makeup is sacred to the god Shango. Shango was an evil king and magician. When he died, some people refused to believe he was dead.
It's the Elvis
They
syndrome.
felt he had magically entered the earth as a force of nature. They believed Shango controlled thunder and lightning, and that he could be called upon to protect them from evil. A believer who needs Shango's help goes to honor the figures at his shrine.
The Changos. Shango the Chango.
Kábíyèsí ọba kò so, àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ tún délé ní bá ṣe máa ń ṣe. Àwa gbàdúrà fún wa. Jọ̀ọ́ kó gbàdúrà wa. Kó bá ṣẹ́gun àwọn ọ̀tá wa lọ́nà gbogbo. Àdèmọ̀ kí wàá gbàdúrà wa.
Nàbóbò.
Kábíyèsí ọba kò so.
Quant à moi, fún ẹrẹ o. Obì ó ní. Orógbó ó ní.
There's always someone who profits off of superstition.
Oil, fruit, and cola nuts must be brought for sacrifice.
Uh-huh. And then what's he going to do with them? Yeah, put it in my pot there. Thanks a lot. He's chowing down big.
Shango's vengeance comes with a storm.
Crazy. Oh. Crazy face. Crazy man. He's a crazy man. Crazy man. He's such a crazy man. Boy, he's a crazy man. Watch it. Oi! Oi! Oi, mate! Oi! He sounds a little tired. Get some rest, dude. It's these dreams, man. Are we talking about dreams yet here in this one?
Among the Iroquois tribes of the United States and Canada, some groups still follow ancient beliefs in the power of masks. A person who becomes sick or who dreams of the masks can expect the masks to help him. When disease plagues the settlements, believers wearing the masks pass among the people, frightening disease out of those who are stricken.
I want one of those
No one
masks.
laughs at the false faces, for they believe that the masks can cause the same illness which they cure. People wearing masks blow live coals on the sick to frighten disease away. A believer, it is said, will not be harmed when he puts his hand in the fire to gather burning coals to blow on a sick person.
Oh, no, Yeah, but they ain't gonna show that, huh? Well, it only happens once in a while. Pardon me. Hey, pardon me, buddy.
Oriental art has preserved a 1,000-year-old legend that has helped many people deal with their fears.
Yeah? Like what?
The legend says that the Emperor of China became ill with a fever and fell asleep.
He got the fever.
While dreaming, he thought he saw the demon of emptiness
He
and
got the
devastation enter the
fever.
palace.
In the morning, fever all through the night.
Suddenly, a huge figure appeared and chased the demon from the palace.
Turned him into a tattoo.
The emperor asked the figure its name. Sheng Kui, he replied.
Sheng Kui.
When the emperor awoke, he made the spirit of Sheng Kui official demon chaser of the Chinese Empire. There are many artworks that tell the story of Sheng Kui.
What a funny face.
This is a 700-year-old scroll painting of Sheng Kui and his sister out on a demon hunt.
Sister. Nice.
At the end of the scroll are notes by many people who have seen it.
Many people? Like small people? Or?
They
Oh,
say
many.
that they had been troubled by bad dreams, but that after seeing the scroll, they were able to sleep peacefully, without trouble from the demons of the night.
Scared the bad dreams right out of you. Ah, holy hell. It's a talisman, man. Sheng Kui? Nice. I want to go to Chinatown.
As a part of the celebration of each new year in Chinese communities, a figure representing Sheng Kui dances through the streets, frightening demons from shops and homes.
Shun Kui's got some feng shui.
See what I did there?
Shut up. Oh. That's cool. It's very cool stuff. It's totally cool.
In ways that are not yet clearly understood, things people make can be a great psychological help to others in dealing with fear.
All right.
It happens among African, American Indian, and Chinese peoples. In fact, it happens all over the world, where men have carved monsters and frightening animals to scare the things they fear away from their temples and homes.
I usually pack a bowl to do
Somehow, people have felt safer with a guard of stone, wood, or bronze at their front door.
I got a big dog. Big dog and a big gun. What else do you need, right? That's American right there. Big dog and a big gun. Nice lions.
They have designed armor, helmets, and uniforms to put fear into their enemies and confidence into themselves.
Look at me, aren't I pretty?
Christian artists also deal with good and evil. They create objects which symbolize a supernatural goodness which has the power to protect men from evil.
There's no more toilet paper. Help me. I'm gonna have to wipe with my hand. Help me. There's no more soap either. This is my book and this is my key. Check me out, dude.
Brother.
Totally misunderstood.
An unseen enemy is the worst
Still
kind.
totally misunderstood.
Artists can help by giving fears a face and arousing people to action.
Damn, another album cover. Totally. Oh, more propaganda.
Art can be used as a weapon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
It can select one symbol to represent.
We're not really talking about
millions
dreams in these things, are we? Huh?
Sometimes people use art to make their enemies seem ridiculous.
You can find him smoking a Hasen. Whoa. That dude's a pear. Hey,
Certain
King Chongo.
forms of art are created just for the pleasure we take in being scared.
What is this one here? What a great use of silent film. Watch this. Great special effects. Chucks her in there, and then boom. Chucks her in the fire. That's some great special effects. Come here, boy. You, get in the fire. Get in there. You're next. You're next. Get in the fire. No, devil, no. Whoosh. Wow. Stir that cauldron. Chuck him in the fire, too. Fucking chuck them all in there. There they go. Evil. Stole their spirits. Wow. The special effects back then were just phenomenal. music's lacking, though. It looks like a Rock'em Sock'em robot. Shit. It's got a viewfinder on it. Oh,
We make small versions of scary things. Small and easy to handle.
Oh, I see. It opens up. Oh, shit. Oh, stop that, stop that. Mommy, Billy's teasing me again. I'll kill you all, damn it. Get in the back of the car. Going for a ride down to the lake. Put your seatbelts on nice and tight. What is this? You know what? That's what I gotta find some romper room. Right? That's cool. And some new zoo review. So about the time I used to watch that shit. 4 or 5 in the morning. Well, that's ugly. Okay, where is this? Is this Santa Monica?
People even enjoy things that are made to scare us on purpose.
No way. No friggin' way. That looks familiar. Oh, it looked like Mick Fleetwood. Oh, that one looked like Frank Zappa. Oh, Cheech Marin. Yeah, it looks like Cheech. Frankie.
What are you afraid of?
Death and taxes. That's about it. Yeah, I ain't afraid of much. I mean, I ain't afraid of taxes, really. I mean, what are they going to do? Get blood out of a stone? And I ain't afraid of death either. It's inevitable. What are you going to do? Run from it? Huh? I'm going to heaven, I swear. I paid the church. I'm supposed to go to heaven. And that's that.
This Images and Things program was produced by the Northern Virginia Educational Television Association.
Northern Virginia.
For NIT.
NIT.
National Instructional Television.
NIT.
In association with a consortium of 26 educational agencies.
Ooh, I like it when they say consortium. I like consortiums.
Can I get a consortium over here, please? Shut up. Damn it. I don't need no consortium.
Consortium. All right. So who's there? Hello? Anybody there? So remember, people, come back this evening for the beginning of my telethon. Nighttime and Nonsense and Nostalgia at 5. All right? I can get rid of this because I'm no longer listening to the program with you. I'm just listening to me. So yeah, come back at 5 o'clock this evening. Or at 4:20 when I start the pre-show. And type drawing into the comments this evening after 5, before the second drawing, and somebody's going to win. As soon as I get to 10 viewers, I'm going to hold the first drawing. As soon as I get to 10 more viewers, I'll hold the second drawing, or come back the next day during the live telethon and start it up again and try it and see who's going to come on and be 10 viewers so that I can hold the drawing. That's all I require. No purchase necessary. All you got to do is type in drawing in the comments during the telethon and you're entered to win the second drawing. If you're a subscriber and I can see your name, you're entered in the first drawing. If you're a friend on my friends list on Facebook, then you're in the drawing, the first drawing. The second drawing you have to enter to win. You have to type in the word drawing into the comments during the live telethon broadcast starting this evening at 5. So there's that. There's that. I counted 23 names in my Facebook and I think only 18 of them, or 14 or 18, not many, were written down. There were a handful that were friends in Facebook and in YouTube, and I tried not to double up. I'm pretty sure I didn't double up any names. Some people have multiple profiles in Facebook because some people can't remember their passwords. Write it down, people. Come on. Jeez, I mean, there's one person in there. I think I have them 7 times. 7 times, right? All you got to do is write shit down. You know, you see this notebook over here? There's a page in there with just passwords. All right. Why? So that I don't have to continually make new profiles for shit. Where would my YouTube channel be if I had to continually make a new YouTube channel profile? Where would my Facebook be if I had to make a new Facebook every couple of years because I change phone and don't write shit down, right? So there's that. Besides that, I've got shit on multiple devices. So everything's pretty much opened up always on my stuff here. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, God, if I had to do that, I think I've been on Facebook on the same account. I started one account on Facebook back in 2009, 2008 or 2007 or 8, right? And then I never used it. And then I started a new one up in, I think, 2009. And I've had the same one ever since. But ever since then, I've been writing shit down. You know, little send yourself a text, write it down, a little piece of note paper and stick it in your wallet. You know, write it down on the inside of a book you know you're going to keep. You know, something like that. Stuff like that there. Man, I'm so excited about this evening's telethon. And last week's concert, the week before that, going to see the Psychedelic Furs. Next week, going to see the Motion City soundtrack. I'm just walking on sunshine. Wow. Now, if I can just keep up with it all, if I can just stay up to speed, then I'll be okay. Which means I need to get lots of rest. So when I leave here this morning, I will be crawling right the fuck back into bed. I am going to save stuff for Wednesday's show. Tomorrow's show is already saved, and I've got the thumbs up from YouTube so far that I'm going to use it. And tomorrow's going to be a friggin' blast because it's a show that we haven't seen in 40 years. 40 plus years. We haven't seen it in 44 years we haven't seen this show. All right? It was one of those shows that never, it was one season. It never went into syndication, never went into reruns. Its sister shows, all right, lasted only a couple of years, and then they were gone. All right? So, and I'm going to try to dig up some of that stuff too. You can find one of their sister shows on Amazon Prime Video. You can find one of their sister programs. What is really neat is I was just on Prime Video, and was it Prime or Roku? It was on Roku. I was watching Land of the Lost, and I finished an episode and scrolled down, and it has everything from Sid and Marty Krofft, all of their shows. Every one of their stupid fucking shows is there on Roku. So I'm like, okay, click, save, click, save, click, save, click, save. That's my new lineup now. I'm going to get up Saturday mornings, and I'm just going to watch entire episodes of Sid and Marty Krofft. Now I need to dig up the Saturday morning TV show, the Bay City Rollers. That's going to be a great show to watch. So I'll try to dig that up too. Some Bay City Rollers. I better write that down. I better write it down, man. It's good to write it down. Bay City Rollers. That'll be some cool stuff there. That'll be a hard kill. Yeah. So still somebody hanging out. Is that you, sis? You know, you're entered in this drawing because you're in my subscriber list. As are my brother and my sister-in-law and whoever else has shown up and made themselves visible in my subscriber list. If you think because you got 8 profiles in Facebook that you're going to be entered 8 times, you're crazy. If I knew which ones to delete, I would delete half of those profiles, but I don't want to delete an active profile. You know, I'm going to have to start sending messages. All right, you got 24 hours to send me a reply or I'm deleting this profile. Because there's just too many. There's just too damn many profiles, you know. But I have got some great vintage and retro items to gift to people who win the drawing. And it's nothing chintzy, all right? I'm not talking about, oh, here's a sticker and a mug and you win, yay. That was my initial idea. I never got any mugs or stickers or shirts or anything made. Not yet. Not yet. This summer for sure. But before the 500 viewer drawing, which at this rate might happen before the end of the year. And that'd be crazy. So I decided that I'm going to give away things that I have. I have a lot of. If you have an 8-track player or access to one, I will send you 8-track tapes. If you have a turntable, I will send you 45s, 78s, LPs, whatever I can dig up out of my huge collection here. I mean, literally, yeah, stickers, yeah, but they're going to be vintage stickers, you know. Anything that I have that I'm going to share in the way of reciprocating my subscribers, it's going to be something real, and it's going to be something that's been here in the room with me for years while I've been planning this whole thing. So you might get a coffee mug, you might get some vintage stickers, 45. You might, you know, there's so much stuff that you could. It just depends on what your likes are, what your tastes are for those decades, the 70s and 80s, which is really my feel-good years, right? Those are my time travel go-to decades, the 70s and 80s. That's where my favorite movies are, my favorite music, my favorite celebrities, my favorite TV shows. Just everything pretty much revolves around those 2 decades there. All of my best memories are made there, you know, as a youth. You know, before my 30s, all the best memories were made there. You know, after my 30s, everything was pretty much on hold until I got married. And then the really good memories started. Yeah, I did some stuff, went to the Ren Fair, Dead concerts, you know, touring around, hanging out, doing a lot of camping and outdoorsy stuff. But nothing compares to being married and having a child and raising that child and you know, having that adventure. That's just been, you know, my adult life. This last 20 years has just been phenomenal, and this last 5 years has just been wow, freaking crazy. So yeah, I mean, if you enter to win in the drawing this evening or anytime during the telethon, then you got a really good chance of winning, and then you got a really good chance of getting whatever you want, because I have so much here. I think Joey's asleep. Are you asleep, Joey? But yeah, I've got so much stuff here. I've been curating a box of stuff for Joey since he was here in my studio last month before. And it's just been so much fun. You know, it's like, ooh, I gotta wait, I gotta get this, I gotta get this into that box before I can, and I just threw 2 more things into the box. And it's like that. So I gotta go out at some point this week and get the box to ship everything in, and the last element for the box. But I can't wait to do another box like this for somebody. It's just been so much fun. Yeah, it's fucking cool. It's just so awesome. I love my job. I'm glad this is not my job, because if it were my job, I wouldn't enjoy it. I would not get up every morning at 4 a.m. with 2 hours sleep and talk for 3 hours. If this was a job, I would not want to do it. The alarm goes off and I'm like, boing, all right, I got a couple of minutes to do this and then that, and then I can get this going, and then I'm in here making coffee and I'm like, bang, 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 bang. And as soon as this camera turns on, no matter how sleepy and how groggy I am, boom, I'm up and I'm on and I'm feeling good, no matter what kind of mental hang-ups I got, no matter what kind of physical pain I'm in, and it's a lot, believe me, after standing up all Friday evening. Yeah. But it's just such a frickin' joy to be here every day. I cannot express to anybody how this whole thing affects me in such a way that I gotta be here. It's like, it's part of me now. It is. It's like part of me. It's just my lava lamps look a little crooked. I don't know. Maybe it's just the angle of the dangle. Maybe it's just the angle of the dangle, man. And I love my Starcrawler shirt. The only bummer was there were no dates. You had to buy the poster that had the dates on it, and I had already maxed out my budget.
I got in trouble.
It's like, honey, I gotta have a shirt. Okay? It's a concert. Every concert that I go to, the one thing that I have to get is a shirt. Keep everything else. If all I have money for is a shirt, I'm getting a shirt. That's it. We lead a pretty Spartan life. No frills, just bills. But, when it comes to feeling good and things that make me feel good, I try not to hold back anymore. I don't send us into the poorhouse, but I try not to hold back. If it's something that's going to make me feel good in the now and in the future, I'm going to do it. Because how much future do I have, really, right? How much future do any of us have? So I'm living for the now and feeling good and feeling happy in the now. And that's pretty much it. And since I've changed my focus from worrying about what the whole rest of the world wants from me to just focusing on being happy, I've created a happier life around me as well. My wife and daughter totally see the change in me from a year ago. And then from 6 months ago when I was stabbed in the back. And then since then, I just decided not to crawl into a hole because of that backstabbing. I just decided to pull the knife out, let the wound heal, and run crazy into the future and worry about me and my own happiness. And since I've done that and haven't looked back, I haven't had one depressed day since. I haven't had time. I really haven't had time. Dealing with the morning show 4 days a week and then going to 5 days a week and now doing nights, not to mention all of the concerts in between, at least once a week going out and doing something, sometimes all week long. I'm just busy. I just can't stop. I haven't got time for depression. I haven't got time for pain, but it seems to catch me wherever I go. And that's, it is what it is. Speaking of pain, I'll just do what I always do when it comes to pain. I'll just do a little bit of pain relief. A little bit of a little bit of pain reliever, because I like to relieve pain. I really do. I don't like to take aspirin. I do not like to take pain medication. I completely loathe prescription pills of any kind. If you're going to give me a pill, you better have a really good reason that I need to take it, you know. And then I'll take it. I'll take it all, you know, exactly how I'm supposed to take it. But, you know, can I deal with this without it and just do this? Well, yeah, well, then let me do that. Okay. Then I'm doing that. You know, if they say, no, you really need to take these both, you have to take both these and all of them, then I'm going to do it. Because they're the doctor, and I expect they know what they're talking about, even though they probably Googled their way through medical school. I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. But I won't just willy-nilly take stupid medications and prescription pills anymore. Now, I was on antidepressants, antacids, all kinds of stupid medications for a while. During the first part of my daughter's life, you know, the first half dozen years. And I missed everything. Completely emotionally detached from, you know, my daughter and living a life and everything. It was miserable. So you know what? I'd rather be depressed than to be disconnected from my family that way. And then I suffered for years, another decade, before I finally really went back to, you know, after the pain came along and I had to do the medical marijuana all the time, I got into a rhythm of using it to keep me out of being in that huge depression, even though I would still get in these long bouts of depression. But ain't nothing done to my depression like YouTube has done to my depression. You know, it is the best antidepressant I've ever had. You know, just getting on every day and talking and talking and talking and talking. You know, whether someone is watching or not, whether somebody is going to learn from my situation or not, whether someone is going to share their situation or not, it doesn't matter. I know that I'm doing what I need to, and that at some point, eventually down the road, my daughter is going to get all of this and be able to watch this and use it and understand more about me, whether I'm still here or gone. You know. So it helps me knowing that even when I'm gone, I'll still be here. And that is really important to somebody who spent most of his life thinking about death. Right? Literally. You can't help it. It's just there. You're always thinking these thoughts. And you're not doing it on purpose. They're just there. You know? And that's one of the things with depression. Is those thoughts. You know? That won't go away. Did that help? It's just, you know, my OCD. I see a tiny bit of it, and it's a little crooked, but it's too hot to mess with. But that being said, I have to abandon you for a moment while I relieve myself of some of this coffee. So I am going to turn down the sound and leave you with the webcam or the lava lamp cam. And like that, I'll be right back. I'm back, baby. All right. Well, I had to be doggy doorman as well. I got Big Face over here. If I had my other camera set up, you could see her, which was my idea, is to have a set up on this side of the room so that I could get up, go over there, sit down, be on the phone, read a book, you know, have something a little less studio. So I'll have to get something worked up in the next couple of weeks, because season 3 of Mornings is just about ready to wrap. I think next week is going to be our last week, and we will have 35 episodes minus a lost episode or two. So there's that. If I lose an episode, I'm staying in count still. I lose that day, that episode, but I skip that number. So at some point, we'll have some missing episodes somewhere, and that'll confuse people. Where's this episode, man? I was watching all of his shows, man, and there's a missing episode, man. So, let that trip people out, right? That'll be heavy. I think my wife could be getting up soon to take off and go down to Palm Springs, hang out for the day with some friends. And then my daughter is supposed to be up later on after my nap and help me futz around with my phone. I'll probably get her in here with me to do it while I'm on my show, but she won't be on camera. She'll be sitting over here on the other side of the popcorn bucket there. I don't force her to be on camera any more than she wants to be. It's bad enough, you know, for her that we force her to do photos and videos and stuff, you know, for family albums. She hates that, you know. She's so photogenic, you know. She's like, oh, I hate those pictures. And I'm like, yeah, those are like the best pictures. I love those. You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do like a bong hit or something. So we're going to do this. A, like that. All right. Here we go. Going in. And there's that. Still got a fly on the wall there. Don't know who you are. Happy that you're with me. Happy you're hanging out. Hope you're enjoying the show and my weirdness. You got to be pretty weird too to be hanging around. I mean, what's the point of that? What's the point of that? I haven't decided if I'm sleeping in here yet. I don't think so. I don't think it's feasible. If I had like a Murphy bed or something, I could just flop it down. I got an air mattress. That's kind of, you know, a whole setup, and then, you know, blow it up and make the bed and the sheets and the blanket and the pillows and all that. It's kind of a 10 or 15 minute job, and I don't want to do that. I could put something on, you watch that while I make my bed, but I don't want to go there, because then I got to break it down, put it away in the morning, and I've already got enough to do. I've already got like totally enough to do, right? So, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. No. But I will be leaving a camera on in here. I believe it's going to be the lava lamp cam there. Of course, if you see my pet rat Emery running around, that little tweaker, man, he got into some speed from the neighbor or something, and he's just been running around in circles, man. So if you see him, be sure to type a message that you saw the rat. And then, I don't know what to do with him. Lay down some speed and see if and then trap him. Put some speed in a trap. Get him to come over. You know them tweaker rats. They just can't help themselves around a little bit of tweak. They'll throw their whole lives away just for a little bit of tweak. Yeah, a little bit of tweak. Yeah. I don't know how old that rat is. I mean, gosh. I mean, some of them rats must have been doing speed since the 80s. You know, they just gave themselves over to it, you know. And they just might as well have died then. They're still doing it now. What are they good for, right? Destroying lives. That's all they're good for. Damn tweakers. All tweakers should hang. A disease. Addiction's not a disease, it's a fucking choice. It's a straight up fucking choice, man. Fucking crybabies call it a fucking disease. I got a disease, help me. Fucking pull up your fucking pants. Grab some fucking balls, some willpower, and get over it. That's it. All you gotta do. Easy peasy, but no. No, I gotta keep going back to it, man. I can't help it. I can't control myself. There you go. Operative word. No fucking control. No control. I'm only human. There's an understatement. There's an understatement. As I smoke my marijuana. As I smoke my marijuana. My medication. Well, I only use speed to help stay awake for work because I got so many things to bills and pay, all this stuff, and I gotta take a lot of speed or I can't work my 12-hour shifts. Right. And then I gotta drink all this booze to come down. Then I gotta take these downers and these uppers. What are you, a freaking rock star now? Jeez. Holy hell. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, there's drugs, and then there's natural medications, natural remedies, which is exactly what I consider marijuana to be. Alcohol is a poison, straight up. It is something to use to power a motor or to clean machinery, right? Alcohol is nothing but poison. Hard alcohol. Now, beer and ale and that kind of stuff, it's still like a form of poison, but it's more like a food, really, beer. I mean, it is. It's kind of like food that gives you a buzz. Any of those kind of perverted man-made drugs, speed, cocaine, heroin, all of that shit, that's nasty shit. That's drugs. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. The nastiness. The shit that they make to destroy people and profit off of it, right? Which is what alcohol is, which is what tobacco is, you know. I mean, people used to be told by doctors to smoke cigarettes for stress and anxiety and to help you sleep, and you know, and it does exactly the opposite of all of that shit. It makes you more stressed out, makes you more anxious, makes you harder to fucking sleep, you know. But they could, you know, get doctors to say this shit just so they could make some fucking money, you know. So that's why another reason I don't believe doctors. Most of them are full of shit. They're just in it for the money. Very few doctors are in it to help people. You know, most doctors are in it so that after a few years of being a doctor, it's all about the tea time. You know, it's all about overbilling. Shit. I mean, I see very few doctors. I've been to a lot of doctors, and I've met very few doctors who are worth a fucking piss. They don't even look at you. They don't even see you. They look right through you. If they look into your eyes, you're lucky. You know, it's like they want to stay as disconnected as possible. I want a Doc Baker from Little House. You know, I want a real doctor who has, you know, hands-on, you know, with all kinds of stuff. Not some guy who sits there at a screen tapping away, asking you questions, and then types up a prescription and never looks at you in the fucking face. I hate that fucking shit. So impersonal. Why would you want to go to a doctor, right? Oh man, look, it's 10 minutes left. And, wow. My preview did not make it over here because I've had my cloud turned off because of all of the saving and stuff that I've been doing, and then all of the live stuff here. I haven't had a chance to save my weekly programming over to this computer. So I will play my weekly programming from YouTube. So it'll be a little spotty in the beginning, and then do the show closing, and then boot up my cloud and save stuff over. And then save up my Wednesday shows. Save my Wednesday shows, and then bada bing bang, boom bang bing, I can yeah, go to bed. Fucking go to bed, man. That's all I want to fucking do is go to bed. Morning show. Morning show, morning show. Weekly programming, morning show. Okay, I don't see weekly programming for this week. Everything is for last month. Yeah, it never made it over here. Okay, well, no big deal, no big deal. I uploaded it to YouTube, so I can play it from there. Bong Hits. Yeah, here we go, going in. This is how you do it. Remember when we were young, in our teens and 20s, used to smoke pot? And then we stopped because of all of the responsibilities of life. Said, you can't smoke pot, you got to get drug tested, right? And now we're at the point to where we're retired and we can just say, fuck your drug testing. This shit's legal. Fuck you. If you can drink, I can smoke. Period. Fucking period. So there's that. And didn't we talk about it for years in the 80s about how someday, man, weed's going to be legal, man. We'll be able to buy it in stores, dude. Didn't we? Didn't we talk about it? We did. And now, look, here it is. We're living in the future, man. We ain't got no flying cars yet. But we got weed stores. Not just, you know, let's get a little bit at Circle K. Let's get a pack of rolled joints at Circle K or something. No. Entire stores just for marijuana smokers. And free delivery. Let's see what I got this time. I got strawberry cough, and it's got some cough. It's mostly sativa, a little bit of indica. What is the mix? What is the mix? Is it going to tell me what blend it is? Not really. Strawberry cough. It's a sativa. So it's usually a hybrid. It's usually a mixture of a couple of different things. But this one's a sativa. It seems like the indicas make me more sleepy. Or some, I think the last one that I got was a sativa, 10-90-10 sativa indica. So it's just 10% indica. But it was a different, it made me really sleepy. This stuff's not as sleepy. I took a couple of hits last night and was up till 2 in the freaking morning. Sitting in here editing video, sitting here with my daughter, you know, in the middle of the night, writing names for a drawing. Yeah. So it's some good stuff. Some good stuff, man. Good shit. Good shit. Wow. So I'm going to be coming back this evening at 5. I will start broadcasting at 4:20. 4:20. Like on my little card here. On it now, if you can see it, but this is my little card. It's my morning show card. And right at the top there, that little blur that you see at the top, that says 4:20. There you go. So that's when my broadcasting day starts, is at 4:20 a.m. And then at 4:20 p.m. my broadcasting day starts again, my broadcasting evening. And I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to create daily content for an in-between, something in between, or something after in the evenings, late at night, which would probably be easier since I'm awake till 1 or 2 in the morning every night anyway. That's just the way I am built. Insomnia has started to pay off for me. I have left the depression behind, but the insomnia has stuck around, and I'm working it. You know, production value. I'm getting the most out of my insomnia. So I don't get any really good sleep at night or early in the morning. Anywhere from midnight to 4 in the morning, I'll get anywhere from 2 to 4 hours sleep, right? Sometimes I get to sleep before that, but I usually have to be pretty exhausted, pretty worn out. So I get 2 to 4 hours sleep in the night, morning, and then I must have got some of that must have got some sticky pot resin in my eyes, because my eyes is all sticky, itchy. So yeah, I think I want to do some kind of nighttime after hours. It might be a post nighttime nonsense and nostalgia show, where I've got the pre-show starting at 4:20, and then I just continue that into nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. What I might do is stop that show and start up another show an hour later, and do some kind of after hours prime time Q&A, play a couple of the things from from that day's previous shows, right? Maybe have somebody on to talk to, because it'll be at a point in the evening where most people will be home and available, and then maybe do some live music during that schedule, during that slot, because that's usually when I'm more likely to pick up the guitar and actually sing, and sing well, is usually later in the evening, after I've been awake for a while and got those creative juices flowing. So yeah, there's that. But I really want to expand my 5 days a week to not just 3 hours or so in the morning, and then 1 or 2 hours in the evening. I would kind of like to expand it and eventually connect it all together and fill it all in, so that I may not be here, but something is happening live to fill in that time slot, you know. Even if it's just a live webcam on something, you know, for a specific hour, you know, that this is the webcam, this hour, this is what's happening that hour, this webcam on this specific thing every day for that 1 hour, and we can see every day, we can see the change. We can sit and go, I'm back to my peaceful spot, and do something like that. More than likely an exterior, some kind of pretty scene that I have created using nature and things that I've manufactured. So that would be neat, right? Create a really, really beautiful picture frame that looks out onto the landscape. And every day we watch that for an hour and listen to some music or something, listen to some kind of playlist. Or we just listen to those sounds, so that's an idea. Also, I'd like to have somebody do a live broadcast once a week, if not once a day, from somewhere else, and have it broadcast live through this computer and onto YouTube through this computer, right? A live news, something, perhaps I could just get Bush on the corner, have him go live on his YouTube channel, right, from over there, have somebody put his phone on a tripod, stand back, go live on YouTube, stand back for an hour or more, and then I go live and bring his feed over here, and we watch it here, right? So he's like a guest syndicated program. That would be cool. I just got some kind of a ding. Yeah, my delivery was good. I'll get around to it, okay? I'll get around to it. I like it, but, I don't want to be berated into making a comment. If I'm going to make a comment, I'm going to do it. You're not going to make me do it. So, it looks like it's after 8. I guess I got to end my program so that I can get my act together to come back this evening. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right, I am going to go here over to YouTube really quick, and I am going to bring up my weekly programming and get that ready to roll. And we'll watch weekly programming, and then we'll watch my end credits, and then I will be back, I will be back this evening. Programming starts at 4:20 p.m. and I'll be back here live at 5, right? So there's that. Okay, that is paused. That is paused. Let me slide it back, boot it up, make it large, go back. Good, there's no sound on yet. Okay, so I am going to push play on this, and we are going to watch the weekly programming. And we've already done Monday, so there you go. sure like making those. That's fun. That's fun stuff right there. Okay, people, it's time for me to play my end credits and start loading up more stuff to YouTube. All right? So I gotta go, baby. Gotta go, Bubber. Come on, Bubber, I gotta go. Okay, morning show, season 3, closing sequence. Okay, people, I love you all. Be nice to each other. Peace. Stay cool. You know. And most especially, stay weird. Woo, woo, woo. All right. I'll see you tonight, people. Telethon begins at 5. Live at 5.